Here we go, Brockton Boxers. Brockton High and the MIAA would like to take this opportunity to encourage you to display good sportsmanship. Please do your part by showing respect for everyone involved in today's contest. For everyone's safety, spectators are not allowed to stand along the fence in front of the bleachers on either side of the field. Please note the use of any tobacco or vaping products, including electronic cigarettes or any other burnable substance, is prohibited in the stadium and on school grounds. Friendly reminder, student athletes play the game, coaches coach, fans support their team, and officials manage the game, and sometimes make calls you may not agree with. With that being said, inappropriate behavior, language, or verbal criticism of coaches, players, and officials will not be tolerated and may result in your removal from the stadium. For your convenience, restrooms are located on the press box side under the bleachers. Please be sure to visit our snack bars where you can get your favorite snacks and beverages. Snack bars are located by the rolling gate and next to the scoreboard. We'd like to thank our sponsors for their support and generosity for today's game. They include McGovern Auto Group.
Welcome to a beautiful Saturday afternoon at Rocky Marciano Stadium, Armand Colombo Field. Leo Genatasio along with the Brockton legend Orlando Galveo. Today, the Boxers, 2024-25. They come in at 1-4. They host the Everett Crimson Tide, who come in at 2-3. Orlando, a game between the two winningest programs in Massachusetts, New England, both top 20 in the country, teams that have both won 11 Division I Super Bowls. Everett, they claim well over 20 state titles dating back to the late 1800s. Brockton, 18. Probably a game that should have been going on since the late 80s, but we have it right now.
And we do, and obviously we don't have it the way we want to. Brockton's at 1-4, Everett's at 2-3. But like you said, the number one, number two teams historically in Massachusetts play it out today.
The Boxers and the Tide have not faced. They've played one time in the regular season a few years ago where Everett had beaten Brockton. They played in two Super Bowls in the early 2000s. Brockton in 2004. Everett was going for a four-peat, 39 straight wins. The Boxers behind a 94-yard touchdown run by Richard Johnson. They beat Everett 22-21. Brockton follows it up that year with a back-to-back Super Bowl. They go for the three-peat in 2006. Everett, just a better team that day. They defeat Brockton to win that Super Bowl.
Yeah, 2004. How can you remember that at Bentley? Peter going for two and giving Brockton a 22-21 win. And, man, now you look at, like you said, these two programs, not to have enough for a rivalry, right, is some people will say that's besides themselves on that. But should be a good one here today.
The Boxers come in obviously at 1-4, three really disappointing losses. The game against Barnstable, where they obviously could have taken a knee to win the game. They had two late fourth down conversion tries against Andover and Lincoln Sudbury that failed. Well, Orlando, we talked about that before the game. We talked about it during the weeks. Coach Barros, he takes accountability for the play calls. There's been times where Brockton's moved the ball. There's been times where they've been, little stale as far as ball movement. What do we got to do today to score points against Everett?
Well, it's funny you say that because I was talking to Coach Flores, the Everett coach, before the game. They said, and he said to me, he said, when you look at Brockton, you can't look at the record. He goes, they're a better team than what the 1-4 shows. And Brockton, let's keep it real. They should be 4-1. Play calling has been a problem. I'm going to call it how it is. It's been the problem, but we do have first-year coaches. These coaches work extremely hard with these kids throughout. They don't go out there trying to make a call that's going to cost them the game. They make a call that thinks it's going to help them win the game. Sometimes, no one's perfect. Sometimes the calls are not the right calls, but everybody gets better from it. But hopefully we don't have none of them late game decisions today, because I feel like this is a game that can come down to a late game decision.
The Boxers are obviously led by senior running back, all scholastic, hopeful Luke Turco, leads Division I in rushing, well over 7 yards a carry. Jared Mighty, the junior, all-purpose player, secondary, several interceptions, some long touchdown runs. Quarterback, sophomore, Marciano Semedo, has been, I think, pretty consistent, Lando. He's put the ball in spots where the receivers have been able to, go over and get the ball that some plays haven't made, some plays haven't.
Yeah, he's done his job. We saw last week. I mean, him putting the ball on the money. Like, you got to make these catches too, right? You got to help your sophomore quarterbacks. I think he's been great. And again, you mentioned Luke Turco, one of probably the better players in the state. Very underrated, if you ask me. He could do it both defensively and offensively. And then you shake it up with the guy that's emerging for Brockton, Jared Mighty, right? I mean, I'd like to see Jared Mighty get the ball a lot on offense as well. Another guy that goes both ways for Brockton.
The Boxers' offensive line has been at times dominant. At times, the effort's been questioned. They are led by senior center Henry Morse, 6'3", 295. The guard Devin DeVega, a senior, 5'11", 355. Jaden Seals, senior, 6 foot 270. And the two tackles, junior Cash Petway at 6'5", 404, and sophomore Alex Muhammad at 6'4", 285.
Yeah, sometimes people say that line, you look at that line, massive, right? They should be pushing people around. But you got to remember, too, the other team, the other opponent, I mean, you can't underestimate guys because they're smaller, They're going to come out and play, and sometimes people automatically assume they should have the advantage because they have the size. That's not necessarily the case as you know.
The Boxers usually have a size advantage many years, and it doesn't always result in W's.
Yep.
Everett today, obviously, Coach Flores comes in his second year, 12-5. Another school where Super Bowls and state championships are always the expectation. They're a little down this year at 2 wins and 3 losses. What do we expect today from the Tide?
Yeah, you look at Everett, their wins. They beat Medford 34-14. They hammered Taunton 35-15, which was surprising there. And then the losses. The losses have been very hit hard, and usually you don't see that from Everett. They lost to Mansfield 45-14, got blown away by Xaverian 56-27, and then BC High beat them 46-7. So you look at Everett offensively, 23 points a game, and you're looking at the quarterback, Carlos Rodriguez. You got to watch out for this guy because he's got a little arm, and he can get it downfield to who? Number 8, Ariel Ortiz. Very good receiver. He goes both ways. You got to watch for. He's very dynamic, and that connection has been working lately. And then when you don't want to throw the ball, they give it to Emmanuel Santiago, another powerful, good running back that never refuses to go down. So just because you see Everett at 2 and 3, you got to respect that offense.
The Everett offensive line: junior Christopher Ruiz, sophomore Danny Hernandez, junior Brian Martinez, senior Ed Matulas, and junior Saji Gasco. Orlando, talking about this game and playoff implications, what has to happen for Brockton to make the playoffs?
Well, they got to win this game. I mean, obviously you get in with three wins automatic. You'll get in with 3 wins, but you got to be probably the top 16 teams. I don't see Brockton not winning this game, winning the next 2, and getting in the top 16.
If they lose to Everett but beat Durfee, New Bedford, there's a chance they can still make the playoffs?
A very small chance. But if you win today, and let's not look at New Bedford and Durfee like those are automatic wins. But you win today and you possibly win the next 2, you can go a long way in making the playoff. On the other hand, Everett's at 12 in the power rankings. They lose this game. This could be a dagger into their playoff hopes as well. This is playoff implication football right here today.
Do you have the top 16 for Division I?
I do have the top 16. Obviously, if you're looking at Brockton and Everett, if you want me to just give you the Brockton and Everett, Everett's at 12 and Brockton's at 19.
So we are about to get opening kickoff here at Rocky Marciano Stadium, Armand Colombo Field. Brockton Community Access, catch us on the Brockton channels. Leo Genitacio along with the Brockton legend Orlando Galveo, Mike the Postman Simmons, Patrick Quinn, and Curtis Reese on the production as the Boxers and the Tide about to take the field.
Yeah, beautiful day again here in Brockton.
I was going to say, Orlando, if this game was 15 years ago, both sides would be completely full. Now on a beautiful Saturday afternoon, people are out doing different things. They can watch the game on YouTube. The crowd's a little disappointing today.
They're very disappointing. Again, sometimes you got to go with the records, right? 2 and 3, 1 and 4. It don't stick out for people to say, you know what, I'm going to go out to Rocky Marciano Stadium and watch that game. The records don't make people come in.
So again, the Boxers come in at 1 and 4. A disappointing start for Coach Gilson Silver in his first season. But we talked about this before the game. The kids have been playing hard. It's a young coaching staff. Brockton's got some seniors, but they also play some younger players that have had a huge impact this season.
Yeah, they do. They play a lot of sophomores. We've seen a lot of sophomores get in. One in particular, a guy that they call, let me get the name straight here.
Uriel?
You're looking at May Bean.
Uriel May Bean.
They call him the Megalodon. It's kind of like a shark. He's always on the hunt. And let me tell you something about this kid. College is better. College is going to be coming to Brockton a lot for this guy because he is getting better and better by the day, and he's a beast.
Well over 6'3", the freshman defensive end last year caused a lot of havoc in the backfield. So we're going to get to the national anthem before the opening coin toss and hopefully the opening kick soon after. I honestly don't ever remember
No, I'm moving.
Lily's not that much shorter. Plus he's a boat.
That'll flock people to get here, right?
Not that much.
So here come Everett. They send out their captains, led by a number 2, Christian Zamora. It looks like number 6, Jeremiah Janulis. Number 62, Ed Matulis. And it looks like number 14, Joao Rodriguez. As the referees will...
Well, I don't think that roster is right. I think Christian Zamora is that brings up a name from last year.
Well, some of their names are
Yeah,
their roster.
this
They have the
roster
first
is-
names first, the last names,
Yeah.
and they switch it on the other side.
Roster's
So it's
not
making,
very
it's
good.
making it difficult. So the Boxers in the tie. We're a few minutes away from kickoff. Again, the 2 winningest programs in New England, both top 20 in the country, both lead the state and state championships. Hopefully a game that resumes next year, the year after, the year after.
That's a good question because I talked to Coach Justin Flores, and he says, in fact, he wants this series to continue. He was big on bringing it back, bringing it to this, and he said he wants to continue it going further down the road.
So Brockton has won the toss. They deferred. They will be kicking off to the north end of the end zone as both teams will go into their pregame huddle as we are just seconds away from kickoff. Any scores last night, Orlando, on the out-of-state scoreboard?
Nice.
Any scores last night, Orlando? Any upsets?
Oh yeah, we got a big upset.
It was their rival. Danny V over the years would follow the game and advertise it. It was just, it was always something when those 2 teams got together. So the Boxers send out their special teams, the kicking unit, as Everett will send back their receivers. And it looks like for the Tide, we'll see number 1 back there, John Berrios, even though that's not the name in the roster.
And then Ariel Ortiz, very dangerous for the Crimson Tide. Keep an eye on him.
The Boxers kicker has been solid this year. Number 37. On the roster it says Rayer De Silva Pereira, but he has not been their kicker all season, has he, Orlando?
I believe he hasn't. Usually it's DePina, right?
Yep, Danny DePina. So we are ready for kickoff. And the ball gets a nice kick, and the ball heads down to Everett. And there's a little bit of room on the outside. He has more room, gets to the outside, gets up the sideline, and it's a good return out to about the 29-yard line.
Yeah, it looked like he had a burst of speed there. It was closed out right away by Brockton.
So the Boxers send out the defense. Everett, their customary road crimson and white uniforms. The Boxers in their black and maroon home uniforms. Weather is beautiful. Couldn't ask for a better October day for football. The Tide come right to the line of scrimmage. The Boxers look like they're going to stay in that 43 they've been in all season. Xavier Colombo, the junior linebacker, who's really made a name for himself this year, real physical to the right side. And you know what? I don't see Ahmad Wiggins out there starting, so they might be on a pitch count.
Yeah, watch out for Ariel Ortiz.
Here's the inside handoff, and there's a little bit of room there, and it's clogged up nicely by the Boxers for about a 2-yard run. And it looks like it was Uriel Mabine over there.
The Megalodon.
On the tackle, the sophomore defensive end. Also look for Jalen Jackson. They move him around the line, the senior D-tackle, D-end. We're at about 2nd and 7 at the Everett 33.
Usually you look at Brockton's offensive line against Everett's got a pretty big offensive line
pretty
as well.
big. So the Tide remain with 1 back in the pistol with a couple receivers and an H-back. I think we're going to get a offsides on Brockton.
Offside.
Well, we didn't talk about that before the game, Orlando, but that's something that's going to drive the coaches crazy is the lack of discipline on the football field.
Yeah, I didn't mention penalties. Penalties has been a factor for Brockton. Right there, without the ball being snapped in the neutral zone.
It's inexcusable stuff. So the ball will be moved 5 yards, about a 2nd down and 2 for the Tide. The ball's in motion. The ball's going to go to an MB2. Brockton had a chance to make it. He gets outside. He'll get the 1st down, and it's a good run.
Yeah, There you go. There's that guy, Ortiz. They like to use him there in the jet sweep. They also like to take a shot down the field with him as well, so be careful with that.
So the first down run will go to the 45-yard line. Brockton had a shot to make the tackle in the backfield. Ortiz using a little bit of a stiff arm and some nice speed gets the first down for the Tide. Everett, Coach Flores talking to his quarterback. Boxes remain in the 43. As
Coach Flores got to be one of the youngest coaches in the MIA.
Here's the snap. He's back, got time, looks, gets out of the pocket, scrambling. Brockton, the ball's right over, and that's a nice play of scrambling to the open receiver for another first down.
Yeah, great pass. Good presence in the pocket. Was able to get out of it, step to his right, and make a nice throw there on the flats. And Everett gets a first down.
Brockton struggled this year with the quarterback moving in the pocket. A lot of plays have been made downfield against the boxes. So Everett with another first down at the Boxer 42-yard line, as they have had back-to-back first downs as they enter Brockton territory. The change of the formation, 2 to the left, 1 to the right, 1 back in the backfield behind the quarterback.
Nope.
Fake, throws wide open, good throw, ball's underneath, missed tackle by the boxes, and they're going to gain even more yards. So the missed tackle from the boxes allows Everett to gain another first down, as that ball will go down to about the Boxer 31-yard line. Brockton defended it well, just simply has to make the tackle.
Yeah, Barrios looked like it almost hit the ground, but he was able to get it before it hit the ground, make a move, and get about 15 yards for the first down in Everett.
So some nice creativity by the Tide's offense right here, really using the whole field, getting guys into space, and just making their athletes make the boxes miss.
Yeah, great play calling.
So we're at 1st and 10 for the Tide. Ball's back. Rodriguez got time. He looks. If Brockton have him, they got to get him down. They do get him down. So Brockton will get the sack. Referee should have called that in the grass.
Right, Rodriguez refusing to go down, trying to get out of it, but, you know.
We said his name before, Uriel Maybean, the sophomore DN, for about looks like a 8-yard loss.
This kid's a beast, man, Maybean. We already have colleges coming down here in Brockton looking for this kid right here, and you see why.
Number 88 on the other side was also active right there for the Boxers, and that is Nathan Gene Phillip, the junior defensive end.
Yeah, lost a big 10-yard loss.
2nd and 20, the Tide in a passing, but they'll hand the ball off inside. There's a little bit of room. Brockton stops it, and it's about a 4-yard gain as the Boxers will force a 3rd and long for the Tide.
Yeah.
Something that Brockton has struggled with at times this year.
Last week, a lot of 3rd down and longs. Andover was able to convert on these, so Brockton has to stop this giving up big yardage in 3rd and very, very long situations.
Brockton I saw Everett before the game. They do have a field goal kicker. I don't know if it'll be good from 40-plus yards, but he had a leg. Rodriguez will remain in the pistol with 2 backs next to him, 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. The Boxers have their safeties up near the line of scrimmage.
If you're Everett, you're probably trying to get half of it, then go for it in 4th down.
So Rodriguez is back. He's back. He's going to throw the screen pass, and it's there. Brockton had him in the backfield, and a lot of missed tackles right there.
And there's the problem right there Brockton's been having all year. I mean, 3rd down and long, coaches got to know there's a couple of things you're going to do there. Screen is one of them, and obviously they did not read that well.
Just not good enough. So a 3rd and 20 screen pass goes for 20. A missed tackle by the Boxers, and Everett will have a first down at the Boxer 15-yard line. Again, great play call from the Tide.
You got to know a screen is coming.
Right looking at Lando. The tackling's too high.
You've seen the replay. You got to know the screen is coming. There's not much selections when you're facing a 3rd and very, very long.
Some bad angles and bad tackling right there from the Brockton defense. So first down from about the 14-yard line for the Tide.
Yeah, quarterback change
They have a fake there. He gets to the outside. There's a lot of space. He cuts it up inside, and it looks like he'll get into the end zone. So the touchdown on a 70-yard drive, that's going to be a touchdown run for Everett by number 1, Johnny Berrios,
And
who
that-
goes basically untouched 14 yards to the right side in the end zone as the Tide will go up 6-0.
Again, another poor execution on defense. The quarterback change. Again, Brockton's not adjusting well right now, and down early again.
So that's a quick 4-minute drive where Everett, outside a sack by Euro Beam, averaged well over 10 yards a play. So the extra point will be by number 24 from Everett, Luca De Silva, a freshman. The kick's up, and it looks like it is good. So at the 8:19 mark of the first quarter, Everett takes the opening kick down the field, 70 yards, and they go up 7-0.
Yep, converted on that big third down. That was the key play, obviously. Missed tackle on a screen. And but Everett made some big plays as well, and they're up early, 7-0.
So the Boxers will send out the receiving team. We'll see Jared Mighty. Teams have not really kicked to him. The junior, along with Luke Turco and Zat Junior Casey Rhodes. As the Boxers look to respond to that 70-yard opening drive touchdown by the Crimson Tide.
Brockton doesn't look like
They've been flat, Orlando.
they
A
don't
lot
look
of
like-
it's just been
you
too
know.
many times this season where they just look flat opening game. I will say as games go on, they do play with a lot more intensity, but you like to see them come out
Yep.
ready to play right from the
Right
opening
the
kick.
get-go.
So the Tide, the freshman kicker, in the kick, they are not kicking it deep. The ball's going to bounce. It looks like Turco's there. He has room, should be good field position. Luke gets up the middle, and it's closed out very nicely by the Tide.
Yeah, the respect of Jared Mighty and even Everett is not going to try to kick to him. I'm pretty sure they watched some tapes, and they said, no way.
So the Boxers will send out their offense, led by their sophomore quarterback, Marciano Cimito. Everett has not been, they've had points scored against them this year, right, Orlando?
A lot, but we're talking about good programs, good teams have scored a lot on Everett. So if you see the average teams, though, haven't really scored much on Everett. You know, so Brockton could fall in that average territory this year, right, Leo?
You're right, Orlando. So we're going to go, the Boxers will come right out, it looks like, with one back, Turco, 3 to the left, 1 to the right, as Cimito will work out. We'll see number 11, the H-back motion. The ball's going to go. Looks like Luke's going to get the ball up the middle, and that is closed up very nicely by the Everett defense for a small 1-yard gain.
Yeah, good defense that time by Everett. Nothing there. Maybe 2, maybe 1.
Jeremiah Genoese, the senior linebacker, along with number 7, Carlos Rodriguez. So the Boxers gain maybe 2. They're up to about the 36.5-yard line as Coach Barros will send the play in to Cimito.
Yeah, I have to mention, though, Everett has given up a lot of points, but changes have been made on the defense. They have a lot of offensive guys playing defense now.
When Everett won Super Bowls, Coach DiBiase had no problem playing 5 guys both ways. He was all about winning championships.
Yeah, just
And
like
just like Coach Colombo.
yeah. And just like Brockton got called for an offsides with no snap, Everett just got called for the same thing.
So exactly the same scenario. Brockton will gain 5 easy yards. So Brockton will move to about a 2nd and 3 from the 42-yard line as the personnel will remain the same. Cimito talks to Barros. Luke Turco is the lone back as Everett looks like they're in a 43 front with 1 safety back. The motion will go. Jared Mighty gets the ball. He has room to the outside. He does. He gets outside. Nice missed tackle. Gets upfield. And that will be a first down run where Mighty used his athleticism and speed to make a person miss as Brockton will get a first down to the Everett. Looks like their 43-yard line as Brockton looks to move fast.
Yeah, about a 15-yard gain for Mighty. Obviously a missed tackle, was able to get a little bit more.
So Brockton remains with 2 to the left with the H-back, 1 to the right. The ball's going to go to Luke. Luke has room up the middle. Luke gets to the outside. Luke makes a run. Luke makes a miss. Luke's going to make down to about the 7-yard line.
Wow. A quick burst by Luke Turco, and if it wasn't for that sideline, he would have scored. He ran out of room there.
So the Boxers with the long first down run by Turco. We see it right here. He makes people miss. He gets to that hole fast. Beautiful offensive line blocking
nice
by the
response.
Boxers.
Nice response so far by Brockton.
So 1st and goal at about the 9. Semedo remains in the pistol. Turco's the lone back. He's going to get the ball, jumps inside, jumps outside, cuts it back up for a nice 4-yard run to about the 5-yard line.
Yeah, kind of like a wavy run there, but it got him good yardage, so good run by Luke.
Brockton they've struggled inside the red zone this year, Orlando. They've gotten down there, but at times they've been stagnant.
All right.
So we'll see senior fullback Christian Flaherty as Brockton goes into the eye.
Watch the
Something they
quarterback
don't
sneak
do a
here.
lot.
Nope.
The ball's going to go to Turco. Flaherty with a terrific block as Turco gets to about the 2-yard line.
Yeah, clearly 4-down territory here for Brockton. You got to respond from that Everett touchdown and make a statement of your own.
So the Boxers aren't in the eye of Tom, but right there, Christian Flaherty pushes the linebacker back as Turco will gain 4 yards down to about the 2.
Yeah, a couple guys here. You looking at the quarterback's keeper or going back to Luke Turco here? I feel like those are your 2 best options.
Semedo, the ball's going to go to Flaherty, and he will get into the end zone.
As much I know, right? Looking at the first 2 options, he went to the 3rd option. That's his 2nd touchdown of the year for
Christian
the fullback.
Flaherty. So the senior makes a difference. He comes in and leads with a terrific block to get Luke Turco down to the 2, and Flaherty finishes off the 65-yard drive with the touchdown for the Boxers.
Yeah, Brockton with a quick, very, very quick response. And both offenses start off the game with touchdowns.
So Brockton will have a different kicker this week. It looks like it's Rhea De Silva Pereira, the sophomore kicker. Danny Tapino out with an injury, it looks like.
No, for what someone told me, he's actually the starter. This guy right here.
Hasn't it been 49?
Yeah, it has, but this guy's been out hurt. So this is actually their number 1 kicker. You see why. He just boots it through.
Right down the middle.
Brockton has 2 good sophomore kickers here on this roster.
So at the 6-minute mark of the first quarter, both teams with long touchdown drives with big plays by both teams, and the Boxers tied up at 7.
Yeah, obviously Everett's touchdowns, were aided by missed tackles. As you can see, Brockton, Everett, a couple missed tackles, also a penalty as well. Almost like the same identical drive.
And I'd like to see Coach Barrows right there doing what he does best right there, getting the ball to Luke Turco and Jared Mighty.
Yes, sir. We said at the beginning we want to see Jared Mighty touch the ball on offense a lot, and obviously Barrows heard us loud and clear.
Kind of reminds me of the game a few years ago at Cam Montero against Pinkerton when Brockton won 59-52, Orlando.
Well, I hope we score 59 today, but I hope they don't score 52.
So Pereira will kick. It looks like Everett has the same formation back there with the 1 back deep. Has an exciting start here at Marciano. And the kick is a squib kick. He gets it to the middle, Everett, and he'll go right down. So a nice job by Pereira with the squib kick and cautiously taking the ball right down to the turf for Everett was number 31, Jose Ruiz, the freshman. A lot of freshmen on the roster. They always do, Orlando.
If the rosters are right, though.
That's true. But Coach DiBiase, in his prime, when he was winning Super Bowls, had no problem starting freshmen.
The reason why I say that, because we had Christian Zamore, who's since graduated on there. By the way, for people in Everett that's listening to the game today, we were handed the rosters by the Everett personnel, so we're just going by what they have.
They have first names first, and the next person, it's the last name first. So the Tide will come out in a 7-7 game. They've switched up their offense. They've used a couple different quarterbacks. They got 2 to the left, 1 to the right. They remain in the pistol. The Boxers remain in the 43 front. Xavier Colombo, the outside backer. The ball's going to go, kept by the running back. There's room out there, and he gains about... Oh, he gets outside, and another more missed tackles by the Boxers.
I don't know about that missed tackle. I think that's just a good juke by Rodriguez. You thought he was going down. He said, no, what a move.
So the first down run of about 12 yards will give Everett the ball at their own, looks like the 43-yard line in a 7-7 game here at Rocky Marciano Stadium. Leo Genatasio, along with the legend Orlando Galveo, The postman, Mike Simmons, Curtis Reese, Patrick Quinn on the top rate production, Brockton Community Access. Catch us on the Brockton channels. So Rodriguez is going to remain in the pistol as they motion. He's back.
Yeah, that's going to be a penalty on Everett.
See if the boxers can make a play. He's got room. That ball looks like it's a little overthrown.
Yeah, that's going to be a penalty on Everett. Ariel Ortiz headed up the field way too early.
So let's see if the boxers take the 5 yards. It seems like every time they've had them second or third and long, the teams have made first downs. Let's see if Brockton refuses to try to get him to second down.
Yeah, Ariel's looking over there, but he headed up the field a little bit too early. That's going to be a penalty on Everett. Clearly.
So Brockton will talk it over with the referee whether they want to take the call. And they may have declined it. Are they taking it? So they will remain first down. Brockton will push Everett back 5 yards. The Tide will go to 1st and 15 as the balls move back to their own. Looks like the 36.5-yard line, maybe the 37.
Legal motion, 5-yard penalty.
Yeah, Ariel that time, he headed up the field way too early before that ball was snapped.
So Joao Rodriguez will remain in the pistol with the 1-back set with an H-back, 7 motions. The boxer's got a lot of guys up at the line of scrimmage. He'll fake, he gets to the right. Let's see if Brockton can sniff that out. And it's a nice tackle.
Ooh. Wow.
The helmet comes flying off.
Wow. Barrios took a shot, and if I'm Brockton defensive coordinator, when Barrios is setting up in the backfield, he doesn't look like he's going to throw the ball.
Oh, he ain't throwing. He's headed left or right.
Left or right.
So the gain of 3.
He took a shot, though.
And the loud hit by Jared Mighty. Knocked the helmet off. So we're looking at about a 2nd and 12 as the Tide will bring back in Joao Rodriguez. The back next to him looks like it's Manny Santiago. The Tide have 3 to the right, 1 to the left. The snap's back. He's got time. He's open.
There he is.
Just a very easy pitch and catch where Brockton struggled again this year. Throwing the ball into space, the easy first down on 2nd and long.
Yeah, and I told you beginning of the game, you're going to see a lot of that connection between Rodriguez and Ortiz. That's his main target. So Brockton might want to put their best defender on him.
Teams have been doing that all year, Orlando, just throwing guys into space 10, 15 yards down the field. Brockton sits in that zone, and that's just an easy pitch and catch for the first down as the Tide will get it at about the boxer 44-yard line as Brockton will jump off sides.
Unbelievable.
So another poor penalty by the Boxers will move it 5 easy yards for the Tide to the Boxer 39. We're looking at a 1st and 5.
Yeah, we did see Ahmad Wiggins in uniform, but I don't think he's out there playing today, is he? Looks like they got the sophomore out there. And
so John Shelby, the defensive coordinator, has got to be absolutely livid right now with those easy penalties. That's just being mentally tough.
You can't do that. Pre-snap penalties is
inexcusable.
It's very inexcusable.
So the Boxer defense are talking it over with Coach Selby. This has been a game of big plays, big yards, and a lot of missed tackles. If you like offensive football, the first 8 minutes of this game is just for you.
Well, hopefully Brockton put the clamps here. Obviously, Coach Shelby, very good coach, very good player in his day for the Boxers. Calls the timeout, talks to the troops, and
it's not like the Brockton players ain't getting great coaching from some of the former Boxer players here.
I agree.
Many Division I football players in college, many Super Bowl champions.
You got Sam Basong, who was part of that 2014 that beat Everett.
If there was a better all-around football player in the state in 2003 and 4, I want to know who it was. A 2-time Herald All-Scholastic, outside linebacker, running back, Sam Basong.
The real deal.
Damar Lee, also a part of that team. Jilson Silver the year before. So the Boxers are getting, we wanted Brockton coaches here who play Brockton football. We got them. So 1st and 5 at the Boxer 39. Joao Rodriguez in the pistol. You got 2 to the left, 1 to the right with an H-back. He's back. Not a lot of pressure. He throws the ball over the middle. He's open. Oh, that's just a great catch. So the coverage was fine. Mighty was there. It's just a better play.
Wow.
Better catch.
Ortiz with the one-handed catch Randy Moss style. That's just an unbelievable. The defender was right there. What a catch.
If Brockton's not going to put any pressure on Rodriguez, let him sit back and throw. The secondary's going to have to make a lot of plays today because that's just a pitch and catch. Great catch, but the throw was there. There wasn't a lot of pressure. Everett's going to go down to the Brockton 3-yard line, 1st and goal, as they look to get the lead right back.
I don't think we can stress how much of a catch that was. One-handed grab was able to get control.
So there's the inside handoff, and that's
going to be a face mask on Brockton.
Well, the face mask doesn't stop the touchdown run as number 22 from Everett goes in basically untouched other than the face back. Manny Santiago as the tie will go ahead, 13-7, as will egg for the extra point. Just not good enough, Orlando, on defense. Just not good enough.
Yeah, Santiago going through the hole, and you've seen the tug of the face mask, and they're gonna
put that 15 yards
on.
No, I think they could put the 15 yards. Can they put it on the kick?
If it was after the play.
After the play, you're right. Okay.
I'm pretty sure they're gonna decline it and a touchdown. There it is.
So a quick 4-play drive, aided by a 5-yard penalty. Brockton at Everett, 2nd and 12, an easy pitch and catch for the first down, as the tie will go for the extra point.
So you're right, Leo. I guess they can take it the 15 yards from the kickoff.
So Everett with 2 possessions, 2 touchdowns. The kicker, 24, the freshman,
just
Luca Da Silva.
Not great defense. I mean,
and really not a lot of effort there on the extra point. Brockton probably trying to stop the 2-point conversion, but you'd like to see him put a little pressure on the freshman kicker. So Everett will go ahead 14-7. As the Boxers will get the ball back in offense. Their first drive was a fast one. Lots of big plays, lots of Luke Turco, lots of Jared Mighty. And Christian Flaherty punched it home for the 2-yard touchdown run.
We told you at the beginning of the game they like that connection, Rodriguez to Ortiz. You figured the coaches would already know about that, right?
So a lot of that is Brockton not putting a lot of pressure on Everett.
Spectacular catch. I'm talking.
So the Tide will kick the ball off with the 15-yard penalty at their own 45-yard line. Last time it was a squib kick that Luke Turco took. Let's see what Everett does here. They have some field to play with.
They're not kicking it to Jared.
Let's see if they try to kick it into the end zone. And it's kicked over the sideline, and it's got a little room there. The ball is fielded by the Brockton. He gets upfield. It's a nice run and a good tackle made by number 7 from Everett, Carlos Rodriguez. That was, I believe, that was Casey Rhodes. Made a play, a miss, gained some extra yards. Nice return. The Boxers, again, with good field position as Everett refuses to kick the ball deep. They give the Brockton, really gain only 10 yards there. They give Brockton first down at their own 35. Casey Rhodes will be the back, the sophomore. He's averaging close to 5 yards a run this year.
Honestly, I wouldn't kick it to Jared Mighty either, if you want to be honest.
So the Boxers come out with a new formation here. They got receivers to the left and right. Casey Rhodes is the lone back. Semedo gets it. Casey's going to get it. Jumps the ball in between. And there's not much there. There's nothing he could have done.
Dancing. You got to hit that hole, too. All right?
So the Everett defensive line stuffed that really quick. Casey's taken down for a 2-yard loss as the Boxers will go to 2nd and about 10 as Coach Barros will get the play into Semedo.
Luke Turco, obviously he goes both ways, so he gets a breather here.
Let's see if Brockton will try their first pass of the game. The ball's going to go. Casey Rhodes gets it. He jumps up inside and not much there. So Brockton looking at a 3rd and long at their own 42-yard line.
Kind of makes you scratch your head. Everett just gets a touchdown in your first couple plays is that. And then you gained 1 yard in 2 plays.
So 3rd and long for the Boxers. Jared Mighty switches sides. Semedo in an obvious passing situation. Everett looks like they stay in that 43 front with a safety back. And he goes back. He has a little bit of time. He's actually got a lot of time. That's a nice pass up the field and wasn't going to gain much. The drop anyways, but the Everett defender was there. That was an attempted pass to Deshaun Hodge, the tight end.
Yeah, very poor offensive possession for Brockton. play calling.
I like that play call on first down.
Yeah.
But Hodge, obviously, the ball hit him right in the hands. He dropped it, but Everett was there, was about to stop that easy.
Even if he catches that,
nothing.
He doesn't get nothing. The guy was right there. A player down for Everett. But then you look at you had Loeb streaking down the field on a post, kind of wide open, and you throw it underneath to where two guys are on him.
So the Everett defenders now maybe cramping with the weather today. The Boxers now with 4th and 9. I apologize. At their own, looks like their own 36-yard line. They'll send out Jared Mighty to punt. Everett getting the ball back up 7. We're at the 2-minute 38 mark of the first quarter. Leo Genatasio, along with the Brockton legend, Orlando Galveo. Brockton Community Access. Catch us on the Brockton channels. Armand Colombo Field at Rocky Marciano Stadium.
Yeah, so Everett was able to score in their first possession. Brockton got it back. They scored on their first possession. Everett gets it on the second possession. They scored. Now, Brockton cannot respond, and what I call a poor offensive second series for Brockton that time.
So number 99 is Mark Sulvey. It looks like he's limping off. Hopefully just a cramp and he can get back. Jared Mighty back to punt. Snaps perfect. Oh, Mighty fumbles the ball. And he's going to take off and run. He's got room out there. He's got a lot of room.
Get it.
And he's not gonna
wow.
get it.
What a tackle.
Great defensive play. Jared made it, saw some room, might have been able to get the punt off, try to make a play, and Everett stops him, and they'll get the ball inside Brockton territory.
Well, it looked like Jared was going to get the first down, and out of nowhere, the Everett tackler said
Rodriguez.
No way. He blasted him. Wow.
So Jared Mighty, we see it on the replay right here. He drops the ball. It was a good snap. He saw room to the right out there. He tried to get outside, and Carlos Rodriguez just took a really good angle. Is Everett with great field position looking to go up 2 scores on Brockton.
Not good so far. I mean, the way Everett has been moving the ball in the first 2 possessions, now you give him the ball at your 39, not looking good.
So the defense needs to make a stop right here. I don't think Brockton can get down 2 scores against a team like Everett. So the defense comes out, still no Ahmad Wiggins. Those 2 sophomore linebackers in there with the junior Xavier Colon. Luke Turco's back there at safety. The ball's going to go. The ball's going to be kept by Berrios. Berrios jumps outside, and Brockton sniffed it out well. Uriel Maybeen with a 3-yard loss.
Good play that time. Nowhere to go for Berrios.
So the Everett Tide lose 3 yards on first down. Brockton's worst fear, 2nd and 13, Orlando. Got to get a stop here. Too many 2nd and 3rd down conversion against the Boxers this year.
It looks like Carlos Rodriguez is coming back in at quarterback.
As we head down to the 2-minute mark of the first quarter.
Very slow-moving first quarter so far.
Again, Brockton Community Actress, catch us on the Brockton channels. Mike the Postman Simmons, Curtis Reese, Patrick Quinn on the production. As the Tide will call timeout as Brockton sniffed out that first down for a 3-yard loss. As we will get over to the sidelines, and both teams know this is an integral part of the game right here.
Right. Brockton is facing a situation where you cannot go down 21-7. Brockton, I don't know if Brockton, they've scored over 20 points once against Lawrence, 27. But offensively, they haven't been a powerful offense.
They're just a different team without Luke in the game. They just are. It's nothing against anybody else. They're a different team when Luke's not in the football team, on the football field.
But, Coach Barrows is facing a situation where you got to give him a breather. He's going both ways.
But to be perfectly fair, Casey Rhodes had no space on those last 2 runs. There was just clogged up by the Everett defensive line and linebackers. There was no place to go. Again, that we talked about the Brockton offensive line being more physical, not taking plays off, using their size to their advantage. And I'm sure it's something the coaches talk about. So Everett comes right to the line of scrimmage after the timeout. The Boxers look like they'll remain in that 40, I think they go up in like a 52 front.
Yeah, you look at Carlos Rodriguez. He's looking very, very comfortable today.
Got to put pressure on him. So he has 2 backs back. He faked. The ball's going to go inside the handoff, and there's not much there. Lot of attack, and he keeps moving his legs.
Wow.
Brockton, that's just a great run, but that's 7 extra yards that he shouldn't have gotten.
That's unexcusable as well. I mean, but at the same time, you're waiting for the whistle to blow. But
No, you got to play through the
you got to
whistle.
play through it, I guess.
So
But great run by Santiago. Picked up. Should have been.
gain 7. It should have been a 2-yard run.
Wow.
So it's going to be 3rd down and about 7 for the Tide.
It's a great run.
Well, you got those 2 sophomore linebackers. They're physical, but they're undersized. They're younger guys, and it's a big fullback right there. So you're asking a lot when you have 2 sophomore linebackers. They were really athletic and made an impact in the Andover game.
Yeah, you got a sophomore DN as well.
So we're looking at about a 3rd down and 5 at the Boxer 35. Rodriguez with the motion. The ball's going to be faked. He fakes it inside.
Wow.
And a bunch of missed tackles again. But he gained the 1st down. He faked the pitch.
Now he's going to be short of the 1st down, but again, these moves by Carlos Rodriguez is keeping Brockton like.
Bunch of missed tackles. So the 4th down and 1 for the Tide at the Brockton 30-yard line. Huge play of the game right here as we go under 20 seconds in the 1st quarter. Let's see if Everett runs a play. The Boxers remain in that 43 front. I'm surprised they don't get more down linemen in that game right now. It's a short one. Joao Rodriguez. He has Manny Santiago with him. And they might let that run out.
They're going to talk about it. And make no mistake, they are going to go for it.
So at the end of the 1st quarter here at Armand Colombo Field, Rocky Marciano Stadium, the 2 winningest programs in New England, the Everett Crimson Tide lead the Brockton Boxers 14-7. So back here at Rocky Marciano Stadium in the 2nd quarter, Everett with the first 4th down of the game. They have the ball at the Brockton 30. They're looking to gain a yard. The Boxers desperately need a stop. They're down 14-7. 2 long touchdown drives by the Everett Crimson Tide, one by the Boxers, have left the Boxers in a precarious position right here where they're down 7 with Everett driving. The Boxers move, you see big Cash Petway getting on the line right there. It's 4th down and 1. Joao Rodriguez remains in the pistol. Manny Santiago, the lone back. The snap. There's some space, and he'll gain the 1st down and a nice run. As the Everett offensive line pushes the Boxers back a few yards, as Everett will get the 1st down at the Brockton, looks like the 25-yard line, 26 maybe. As the Tide, the Brockton had them down 2nd and 12, Orlando. They needed a big play on 3rd down to force a long 3rd or 4th down and just weren't able to get Everett in that.
Long yardage situation just killed them all year.
I
mean, usually teams want that, right? But Brockton, it's the other way around. 3rd and 20, and teams are just getting 1st downs off them.
So the 1st down at the Boxer 26. Joao Rodriguez. No, we'll see John Berrios out there. Let's see what he does. He's run the ball all day.
He's going to run it again. Oh, he's going to give it to
no,
Rodriguez.
It's a fake. It's a Royce. They're going to throw. It looks like it's going to be a wheel route. He'll throw the ball down the field, but that's out of bounds. Good defense, good coverage by the Boxers right there.
Yeah, they tried a little trickery. That had no chance. Ball was just thrown out of bounds. Brockton had 2 defenders on him. That had no chance of working at all.
John Breville, the senior cornerback, did a nice job staying with Berrios right there as they motioned Rodriguez the ball and threw the ball downfield. So the Boxers at 2nd and 10 right here. Let's see what Everett has. They've had a lot of success throwing the ball today, Everett, as the Boxers try to get off the field here, only down 7. They'll get the ball to begin the 3rd quarter. The Boxers go 2 to the right. The Tide, I apologize. 2 to the right with an H-back. Berrios is not in there. We'll get Joao Rodriguez with Manny Santiago. And there's the ball. The ball's going to go to Santiago. He's got room. He bounces outside, and he runs upfield. And just, Orlando, that's A lot of yards right there.
Yeah, Brockton's
before
got to bring this kid
contact.
down. I mean, he's not that big. It's like, go for the legs. You're going up top, and he's getting more yards on you. And again,
A lot of hesitation there going after the ball. You got to go right after him. Brockton gives up 8 easy yards before contact. As Everett will get the third down, I apologize. Instead of 3rd and long, they got it 3rd and 2 at the 19-yard line. Like to see some emotion on the sidelines.
no emotion at all from
Like
Brockton.
to see it.
It's like we're at church here.
So the box is in a tough position here. Everett is moving the ball. As Joao Rodriguez remains in the pistol with Manny Santiago, the lone back. They have an H-back. 3rd and about 2. Everett motions. Rodriguez has time.
play.
Throws the ball into space. It's a really good play call. Gets upfield in the tackle down to about the 6-yard line. And the creativity in the play calling is
Yeah, you're not
top
seeing
notch.
it. You're seeing it creativity from one side, but
Wow, that's a really good play call where
great play call.
they fake the throw, sprints a little bit to the left, they release the H-back out, and it's a first down to the Brockton 5-yard line.
Yeah, that's what Brockton needs to do on their side. High percentage throws. You got to make it easier for your quarterback.
So the Tide at about the 10-minute mark of the second quarter. It's inside the Brockton 5-yard line as the Boxers look to make a stop here. Everett comes to the line of scrimmage. Joao Rodriguez with Manny Santiago. 2 receivers to the right. Half time. Again, no pressure at all. He jumps outside, a missed tackle. He leaves him
Touchdown.
wide open in the back of the end zone. So Brockton put some pressure right there, but the cornerback, number 12 for Brockton, just left his man.
I mean, this has been easy.
Karen's Antoine
3 possessions has been so easy.
peeking in the backfield
I mean-
right there, looking at the play, he's got to stay with his guy. As Everett scores a touchdown to go up 20-7, as they bring in the freshman extra point kicker. As the Boxers look to get the ball back and get some points on the board before this gets out of hand.
Well, the way Brockton's going defensively, they haven't even, you could go 4 down in inches right there. They haven't really come close to stopping Everett.
Everett's been really well coached team offensively, really creative.
Yeah, they just missed a hole too.
Really creative on offense, getting the ball to guys in space, and some lack of discipline on the defense has caused Brockton to be down 14 points right here. But make no mistake about it, Everett's been the better team.
Clearly. I mean, you can clearly see that. I mean, offensively, they're just running great plays, and Brockton hasn't come close to stopping them. You know, Ariel Ortiz is having, he's doing whatever he wants to do out there.
So Everett will kick off. We're at the 10-minute mark of the second quarter. A slow-paced game right here with 28 points already. The Boxers get the ball back in a must-score situation. Back deep is Jared Mighty. We got Luke Turco with Casey Rhodes. As the crowd still filters in here at Rocky Marciano Stadium. A beautiful October day in Brockton. Different kicker here as Everett. Will be a squib kick down, and
He went down.
I think Jared, little mind cramp right there. You know, once you're down on your knees, you can't come up from it. So Brockton will take over at the 22-yard line as they come out for their 3rd offensive possession. We see Luke Turco back in there. Marcio Semedo talking to Coach Barros. A lot of shoulders, a lot of heads down on the Brockton sidelines for the second quarter. Got to get back into this game. So the
Again,
H-back,
Brockton looks confused. Looks confused out there, coming off basically a timeout.
so Semedo's in the pistol. Luke Turco's the lone back. There's the snap. Luke gets the ball. He gets outside. There's a little bit of room. He touches upfield, cuts back inside, and what Luke does, he just moves his legs for a 6-yard gain.
It's been Luke or nothing for Brockton so far, and great pickup that time, I believe 8 yards.
So the game will get Brockton in a 2nd and short situation. Mauricio Semedo, and Brockton's going to move quick. Luke Turco remains the lone back. Everett remains with that, about that 43 front with their linebackers really close to the line of scrimmage. The ball's going to go to Luke. He gets up the middle, jumps inside,
look at that.
outside, and gains the first down. As Brockton on 2 plays will get a first down up to their own 38-yard line.
Yeah, but Everett has had no answer for Luke either, but unfortunately we only had the ball 3 times. Second possession went very quick, and Luke wasn't out there for the second possession.
So we will go first down for the Boxers at their 38-yard line. Samito gets the ball to Luke. Luke jumps inside, makes a guy miss, jumps outside, and that should have been probably no yards, and Luke gains 3 as Everett had sent their linebackers between the gap, knew the play was coming, and Luke just made people miss for a 3-yard gain.
Looks like Luke's going to come out the game now.
So the Boxers make a change, and we'll see. They're going to go big with Cash Petway comes in. Casey Rhodes will be the back. Jared Mighty in the slot. They're going to go 4 receivers with an H-back. Hodge.
Yeah, if you're Everett coach, you see Luke come out the game. Yeah.
So
static.
Casey gets the ball. Nice run by Casey. Just hitting that hole and gaining 4 yards.
Yeah, nice little burst there.
So Brockton at a 3rd and 4. We'll see Christian Flaherty come in. We climb under the 9-minute mark of the second quarter. Everett leading 21-7.
Yeah, 3rd downs has been an issue for Brockton all year. They've not converted much on 3rd down. It seems like when situational plays come, it seems like they stumble a little bit.
So we got Christian Flaherty in the H-back role. 3rd down and 4 for the Boxers. He moves. The ball's going to be just a bad snap. Bad snap. Samito able to control it. It was a tough snap. And so that 4th down, Brockton, I think they're going to have to punt the ball. I don't think they can get Everett the ball at the 45-yard line, and the Boxers will send out the punt team. So
you take Luke out the game, and then there goes the offense.
So Brockton had 2 big runs, gaining 16 yards, and they, unfortunately, are not able to continue to pass the ball. They're going to have to punt the ball back to Everett, down 21-7.
And the way this game is going, if you look at on the Everett offensive side, Brockton hasn't been able to stop Everett. So this could get ugly really quickly.
The snap's perfect. Jared Mighty gets the ball, and it's a decent kick. Everett, let's see what they do. As he catches the ball, looked like he fumbled it, but he retained it. So a good kick, as Everett will take over at their 27-yard line. So we're going to get a late flag. I think that's going to go against.
It's going to go against Everett.
I didn't say it.
Yeah, it's going to go against Everett. It's going to be a personal. I don't know if they caught the Brockton player as well, but I know the Everett player kind of shoved the Brockton player a little bit right in front of the refs. So it's going to cost Everett 15 yards.
So let's see what we do. They're talking to the Brockton sidelines like there's a decision to be made. So the personal foul will go against the Tide. So that 15 yards will push Everett back probably around their 18-yard line.
That's the only thing Everett has done wrong so far. It was that penalty right there.
So the Boxer defense has been maligned today. They have not been able to get Everett off the football field. There's been times where they've made plays. Uriel Maybeen has had a few sacks. But unfortunately, some missed tackles, lack of discipline, lack of gap control have allowed Everett to make big plays and get the ball down the field. They marked that ball off from where he caught it. So that is a good break for the Boxers as the Tide will take over at their 13.5-yard line at the 7-minute mark of the second quarter.
Yeah, if you're Brockton defensively, you got to put some pressure. I mean, it just seems like they're sitting back in a little zone and waiting for the play to come to them. You gotta be aggressive. We've yet to see that from the defense.
So Joao Rodriguez and Manny Santiago remain in the pistol with 2 receivers to the right with an H-back. Very similar type formations for both clubs. Brockton remains in that 43 front. Xavier Colombo, the outside linebacker. The ball is going to be faked. He has time. He's rolling, and he's just going to throw. That should be intercepted. Oh, that was a huge.
That's a terrible pass. But, again, that time there was no way to throw the ball, but Jared should have had that.
Oh, wow, that would have
right
been
in his hands.
Huge break for the Boxers. Uncharacteristically
of Rodriguez.
Looked like he jumped too early, Jared. We're going to see it in the replay here. Good defense by the Boxers. And you see Rodriguez. He's trying to make a play. Oh, that should have been
should've been
intercepted.
picked
Okay, so 2nd and 10 for the Tide.
And Jared don't usually drop balls like that, so
Let's see what
But-
Brockton can do on 2nd and long. Can they get them in a 3rd and long situation? Joao Rodriguez.
just
Brockton-
talking about Rodriguez almost being in perfect command, and he almost cost his team there, but luckily
That ball's going to go. There's space out there. He dropped it. So there was some room for Johnny Berrio. So Brockton will get Everett to a 3rd and long situation.
Yeah,
Must get off the field right here, Orlando.
Yeah, we see Ahmad Wiggins in the game, I believe, for the first time out there for Brockton. But now, 3rd down in about 11 or so, maybe 10, you got to make this stop.
So a couple,
Actually 10, sorry.
a couple incomplete passes, good defense by the Boxers have got Everett in this situation right here. A stop will get Brockton good field position at the 6-minute, 54-second mark of the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, Ortiz, I don't know if he's out there, but you might want to keep an eye on him. I think he's lined up to the far left.
So Brockton will have Jaden Los Ribeiro on him. Ortiz back. He throws the ball deep, and that ball is caught. So a nice pitch and catch as the Brockton corner failed to get his head turned around on the play.
That's easy. I mean, it's been an easy pitch and catch, and then you gotta recognize that. I mean,
John Breville just did not get his head turned around quickly enough. He was there, but it's just too good of a throw and catch by the Tide. As a big long play will get their 1st down to the 40-yard line. As once again the Boxers just simply can't get off the field on 3rd and long.
haven't been able to get off the field on 3rd downs the
Most of the
entire
season.
year.
So Everett at 1st down at the 40. Let's see what they do. Joao Rodriguez has been the difference this game, simply making play after play for the Tide when needed to be.
By the way, another spectacular catch by Ortiz. That's his 2nd one. Right now, he's basically a man amongst boys.
So they remain in the pistol. Manny Santiago's the lone back. He's back. There's not much pressure.
Deep again.
Throws the ball deep. He's there. Could be interference.
That's a pass
It's
interference
pass
by
interference.
a mile.
Got his hands all over him. So it's an easy 15-yard penalty for Everett, as that ball will be a penalty on the Boxers. The coverage was good. Simply can't put your hands on him.
I mean, he was all over him. Leo. I know they made a decision to put Lopes in the game, but
He was there.
to try
We're
to
looking at it right here. Orlando.
neutralize
Not a lot of pressure.
Ortiz, but that was just pass
Yeah, you
interference
just-
by a mile.
You just can't do that. That's right in front of the referee. It's the easiest call in the book.
I mean, he held him, he pushed him. That's an easy call.
So the 15-yard penalty will get Everett once again in Brockton field position as this game looks to get out of hand. The Boxers once again playing defense in their own territories. Rob Rodriguez just causing a lot of problems for the Brockton secondary. So Everett, 1st down at the Brockton 45. Brockton desperate need of a big play on defense. Manny Santiago's the lone back. He's going to get the ball. He's got room up the middle, and that's a nice tackle by Ahmad Wiggins. So the gain of about 2.5 will bring 2nd down and 8 as we're at the 5-minute, 50-second mark of the 2nd quarter. Everett 21-7 Everett lead.
Yeah, Santiago's kind of like Luke Turkle a little bit, where he refuses
Shifty,
to
jumps.
go down and
Yeah,
shifty.
he's shifty,
And reads
jumps
his
into the
blocks.
holes.
Not bad at all.
Good back. So let's see what Brockton can do here. We got him at about 2nd down and 8. Everett, once again, extremely creative on offense, utilizing all players, getting the ball in the middle of the field. Joao Rodriguez will remain in the pistol. Manny, looks like John Berrios is back there with him now. Back, no pressure at all. Throws the ball over the middle.
That should have been caught.
Should have been caught.
Great throw. Stepped in to it, put it right in his hands, and if he caught that,
That's a touchdown.
it might have. I don't know if he has the speed for that, but he would have got a lot of yards.
So Carlos Rodriguez had the ball, dropped it. So Brockton once again will get Everett to a 3rd and long. As Joao Rodriguez put the ball right here, Orlando. Let's see, that ball was, that might have been a touchdown, Orlando. It wasn't a lot. There was no one behind him.
And now you got to be mindful of Ortiz. This is their guy, 3rd and 9, 3rd and 8. You got to watch out for him.
So 3rd and 8.
Lined up to the right is Ortiz.
Wow, big cushion for 8 yards. So Rodriguez back. There's just no.
That's a hold right there. No call.
So, he fumbled the ball. Let's see if the ball. No, Everett's going to get it, I believe. So followed up by the quarterback, Rodriguez.
I believe they're still scrambling for that ball there. I believe
No, I think Everett got it. Joel Rodriguez, the quarterback, followed up on that play. So 3rd down and 8, a pitch and catch for the first down.
It's going to be 4th down and short.
Yeah, you're right, Lance. Because of the fumble, they had the first down. The fumble moves them back a half a yard. So Brockton, once again, will get a chance to stop them on 4th down. The last 4th and short was a 5-yard game for Manny Santiago. As the cushion is just too much for a 3rd down and 8. Brockton's 10 yards off the ball.
And I really thought Brockton was going to come out to play today, but hasn't been the case so far.
So 4th down and 1. Manny Santiago, there's a lot of room there. Easy first down, and Luke Turco on the tackle after the 5-yard gain. A lot of the D linemen standing straight up, got to stay down in those stances. So the first down will give Everett the ball.
Santiago's shoe comes out.
The first down for the Tide will give him the ball at the 31-yard line at the 4-minute mark of the second quarter. A touchdown here will make it a 3-possession game for Brockton to come back.
And Everett's not in no hurry. They're taking their time. Offense has clearly not been a problem today.
See some Brockton players holding down on their knees. They're tired. Their defense has been out there a long time today. They're asking them to make a lot of plays. So Joao Rodriguez will have a new back. That looks like number 33, Richie Samady, a sophomore. In the ball will, just too much hesitation.
Cash, big Cash.
Nice play by Cash.
Oh, there's some energy there. That's what we want to see.
So the stop by Cash, big number 79, the junior, will lose 2 yards as Brockton will be.
Well, first down hasn't been the problem for Brockton. They've made stops on first downs. It's 3rd downs. And
I like the timeout here by Coach Shelby. I think he was a little upset with the celebrating after making a stop. He wants to get them focused on making 2 more stops.
Right. You obviously don't want to see celebrating when you're down 14, but you got to bring some energy into the defense as well. And so far, like all their hands have been down. So you want to see that from Cash. Maybe that will inspire his teammates.
A lot of the energy starts on the sidelines by the younger guys being into the game, and just not enough support on the sidelines when Brockton gets down. I see it before the game, Orlando. I really do. But as soon as the game starts and things don't go their way, it seems like they're getting down.
Let's keep it real here. Brockton has to make this stop. This series, they cannot fall down 28-7 before the half. You know.
So that's Coach Sambison talking to the referees. Everett has the ball, 2nd and 11 at the 3-minute mark, as the Boxers once again find themselves in a precarious position in a game where they're behind, looking to come back. They did it against Lincoln Sudbury. They came back against Andover, took the lead, were unable to win both those games. And obviously the game against Barnstable, not taking a knee was good enough. They threw the ball and lost the game. So they're 1-4.
You kind of like to see a team go from week to week get better, right? The team's getting better, but so far you've yet to see that week to week from Brockton. And now it's looking like they're taking – it's still early, but it looks like they're taking a little step back again.
So at 2nd and 11, Joao Rodriguez with Manny Santiago. Rodriguez has the ball. There's space there. Great block by Everett right there, and that's going
to be a hold on Everett, though.
Boy, terrific up front blocking.
Well, that was a clear hold, though. So
we'll see
I believe that was
let's see if they call the hold.
That was a definite hold.
That was just a quarterback keeper. It looked like it was gained about 12 yards. And the penalty will send Everett back 10 yards for a 2nd and 21.
I believe it was number 59 or 68. I clearly saw the hold, though. That was an easy call for the refs. And again, Brockton forced the team to be 2nd and very long, 3rd and very long. Pretty sure Everett's going to probably try to get half of it to set up a better 3rd down situation.
So we're at 3 minutes, 16 seconds of the second quarter. Armand Colombo Field at Rocky Marciano Stadium. Leo Genatasio, along with Orlando Galveo, the legendary Brockton sports fan, now color commentary. The postman Mike Simmons, Curtis Reese, Patrick Quinn on the production. Brockton Community Access catches on the Brockton channels. The Boxers now face a 2nd and 21. Let's see what Everett does. They've been successful today. There's a little bit of pressure. They force him out. He's going to throw the ball up the grabs. It should be intercepted.
Just bat it. Yep.
Okay, but good defense by Jared.
Yep.
He used his body.
It's going to be a penalty on Brockton. Roughing the passer.
Oh, boy, that's a heartbreaker right there. They have him at 3rd and long. Oh, boy. That's too bad. Brockton had Everett at 3rd and long. It was good defense right there.
Wait a minute. Maybe a hold.
We'll see what the
Brockton's
call is.
shaking
Oh, he's
their hands.
talking to the Everett. That's good.
It's going to be on it.
I was looking at
It was
Coach
it
Shelby.
where they threw the flag.
Yeah, we thought it was.
But it was another hold.
Coach Shelby had his hands in his head. He was ready to pull last hairs out of his head. So let's see, Brockton.
I'm
Do they decline this?
surprised he moved him back.
Yeah, you want to get the ball back with a chance to score
I would
here.
have declined that and
Me
made
too.
it 3rd and 21.
Well, if you stop him here, they got to punt. So either way. No, it's 2nd down. You're right.
I would have made it 3rd and.
Me too. 3rd and the 10 yards is not going to make a huge difference right here. So Brockton gives Everett extra down. Also takes time off the clock when you're down by 2 scores.
Yeah, back-to-back penalties by Everett. Killing
Good
him
defense
right
there by
But
the Boxers. Good
referee
defense.
was right there.
Jared Mighty played it perfectly. He positioned his body perfectly, and the Brockton defensive line got into that Everett backfield. So the Tide letting the time on the play clock come down a little bit. They're at 2nd and 31, and we're going to get looks like a
delay game.
delay a game.
I mean, it's taking forever to call the play. I mean, that's a no-brainer right there.
So the Tide are moving backwards after having the ball deep ball after a holding penalty. They would have had the ball at the Brockton 21. They're now inside their own territory as the Brockton defense has stiffened a little bit.
Like you said, they were using the play clock, and they certainly was, all of it.
So we're at 2nd and 36 for the Tide. If Brockton gives up a 1st down here, Orlando, you may pull your hair out, your hat out, and may run down to that field. Let's see what the Boxers do here. Everett. They're going to take a home run shot. You can know that.
The pressure of Brockton has caused the holding, so you want to see more of that pressure.
Yep. So the ball's back. There's not pressure there. He has time. He fakes it, gets outside. You got it. Good defense right there. He throws it up, and that is caught. But you're not going to gain a ton there. So good defense
and
by
again,
the Boxers.
that's another bad throw. Another bad throw by Rodriguez. He got lucky with that one because that could have been picked off too. I'm surprised he made that throw. And Brockton, I'm surprised they ain't calling a timeout here. With a 3rd and 36 or 31 maybe coming up.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they're not calling a timeout.
Yeah, you got to call a timeout there. If you want to win this football game, you want many
They
possessions.
do have a timeout remaining. So
maybe they're waiting for their offense. 3rd down. Let's
Everett's
see what
taking
Everett
their
does here. Why would? They're up by 2 scores.
I'm very surprised these coaches ain't calling a timeout here. You have one timeout under your belt.
So Everett in no rush. They may even take the penalty. They may even play this all the way down and take the penalty.
Surprising.
So there's the timeout right at the rod point. So Everett will, on 3rd down and 35, they'll probably run the ball, let the clock come down a little bit, Orlando. Why would they throw it?
Maybe not. I mean, you got a downfield target, and
an incomplete pass would give Brockton. That's like an extra timeout.
if you're Everett, you can get 20 yards here, which they've done in this game. You might be in a position where you can go for it on 4th down.
So the Boxers down by 14. It's been at the half completely dominated by the Crimson Tide. They've marched down Route 24 South, the 2 winningest football programs in Massachusetts, and they are simply pushing Brockton all over the field. They've been the better team. They deserve to be up by 2 scores. What does Brockton do at halftime? I know this much. Against Lincoln Sudbury, Coach Silver had them ready to play in the 2nd half. 1st half against Andover, ready to play football. What does he say to his team? The game's not over. What do you say to your club at halftime, Orlando?
Well, we were up 14-3 last week, and Andover came storming back. Maybe we could do the same, down two scores. But the way things are going defensively and offensively, it's going to take a lot.
Just not putting enough good plays together on both sides of the ball to play winning football. At times they have, just not good enough.
I'm surprised. That's why I'm surprised they didn't call a timeout there.
So Brockton did let almost 30 seconds run off the clock. Everett at 3rd down and 34. Maybe a screen pass here, the inside here. Maybe they take a shot at the home run ball. It acts like a punt. 2 backs next to Joao Rodriguez. Brockton with guys back. Yeah, the ball's going to be faked, handoff, and a couple missed tackles there. But
Luke Turkle
up by Luke.
Wiped him out.
So Joao gains 6 extra yards on the missed tackles, and they will punt the ball inside Brockton territory, as Coach Silva does use his timeout right there. And Brockton will get the ball back at about 1 minute and 50 seconds in a 21-7 deficit. So, Orlando, we asked them to stiffen up right there, and they did.
Yep.
Got to give the defense, Coach Shelby, his defense credit. They did what they had to do. They got off the football field, still only a 2-score game.
So with Brockton, you obviously want to score before the half ends, but Brockton hasn't really been a team that has scored right away offensively this year. So usually it's been methodical, giving the ball to Luke Turkle and marching downfield that way. So we'll see what they can muster here when they get the ball back.
Brockton's had senior receivers. These guys have played football the last couple of years. They're capable of making plays. Samito's got the arm to throw the ball down the field. It's up to Coach Barrows to put them into position to get the ball into open space and make plays. It's as simple as that.
Yep.
The sophomore quarterback has done, as far as I'm concerned, has done a fine job this year managing the offense, what the expectations are and the play design, what he's had to do. He's put the ball in spots where receivers been able to make plays.
See if the Everett kicker kicks it to dangerous Jared Mighty back there for Brockton.
So Turco and Mighty are back. Brockton at about 1 minute 50. Should get the ball back at about 1 minute 35 left with a chance to go down and do the double score. They do have a field goal kicker.
You got to watch out for Jared here. Capable of taking it to the house.
Not a lot of pressure. The kicker's up, and he kicks it. He does kick it down the middle. Luke has it. Luke's going to get to the outside. Luke's got room. Luke gets up the sidelines. Luke's got more than enough room. Luke's going to go down the sideline. And what a huge play by Brockton.
And I mentioned, watch out for Jared Mighty, but you forget the guy before him was Luke Turco. To the house. What a big score for Brockton.
I can't believe Everett just kicked the ball down the middle right there. Huge break for the boxes.
It was very interesting to see what they would do, and they didn't want to kick it.
Looked like he would try to angle it
Luke,
to the right.
So they want to kick it to Jared, so the kick it to Luke. Very dangerous to take that ball, but look at this.
And a nice job by the guys on the special teams. No penalties, no blocks from behind. Superb special team play by Brockton.
And Luke was able to stay in bounds. He did stay in bounds, take it to the house.
For as much as Everett dominated, this is a 1-score game.
Yep.
So the big extra point to make this a 7-point game for the Boxers. Samito on the hold. Everett will get the ball back with 1 minute 32 left. The snap is down. The kick is good. So we are at 1 minute 32 of the second quarter. Brockton down 21-14.
Yeah, and Everett's going to get the ball back. Very interesting to see what they do when they get the ball back. Do they just take it to the half, or they try to get more on the board? You got to be careful here,
An absolutely electric run by the senior all-scholastic Luke Turco.
Yeah, the offense hasn't been up to speed. Luke's been the guy today, right? Luke's been the guy, man.
The special teams have made plays offensively this year, whether they're botched punts where Jared's taken off and made plays, kickoff returns, punt returns. They've made some plays for the Boxers this year.
And again, the danger of Jared Mighty. Kicker didn't want to kick it that far. He didn't want to kick it to him, but he kicked it to Luke Turco, and he was able to take it to the house with a big score.
Coach Flores cannot be happy. They're only up 7 points right there. I think they're going to go and be aggressive right here, Orlando. I think they feel like they're the better team right now. They shouldn't be a 7-point game. Let's see what they come out and do. Brockton did stiffen defensively. We see some emotion on the sidelines. Let's see if the Boxers can get a stop again. So Pereira will kick.
Look at Ariel Ortiz. He's not back down there.
That ball will go deep. It goes down to about the 10-yard line. He drops it. So Brockton should be able to make up some space. There's some room up the middle. And it's a decent return with a good tackle.
Good return.
As Everett will get good field position at the 31-yard line. And we're at 1:25 of the first half.
Yeah, you look at Everett. They got one timeout left here in the first half. If you're Brockton, you kind of probably want to be on a kind of like a prevent.
Only prevent does is prevent you from stopping them.
Yep.
No prevent. Play defense and make some stops.
You might not want to,
So let's see what
Get
the
beat
Boxers.
deep.
Let's see what the Boxers come out and do defensively. Everett's been real creative offensively. Joao Rodriguez has been the best football player on the field today. As far as Everett concerned offensively, he's run the ball. He puts the ball exactly where it's supposed to be. And let's see what the Boxers can do. Johnny Berrios is coming out at receiver, along with Yariel Ortiz. As Everett will see Manny Santiago on the backfield, the Boxers are going to put 2 safeties back, 3 linebackers near the line of scrimmage. The snap is down. They will throw. They will throw. There's time, there's room. And Brockton's going to sack them. So good defense by the Boxers right there.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Everett will probably take it into the half now.
And that's the junior defensive end, Nathan Jean-Baptiste. Another one of the underclassmen on defense. Another well over 6-foot defensive end using his length and athleticism. As the loss of 4 on the sack will bring this down to about under the minute mark of the first half.
Yeah, if I was Everett, I'll just take a knee, take it to the half, up 7. And as you can see, they're in no hurry to run a play.
Yeah. So they don't want to have a turnover either. So they were the worst thing in the world for them to turn the ball over right here. So we're at the 40-second mark as the clock moves on. 2nd down of 13. You might see a run right here. And they do. They'll run the ball up the middle, the Boxers, and they sniff it out perfectly. And there's good gang tackling right there.
Yeah, he took a shot, too.
Ahmad Wiggins will lead the tackling right there, along with Nathan Jean-Philippe. And number 52 for the Boxers is Tajon Baker, the senior middle linebacker. So at 26 seconds, I think we're going to get this game into.
Man, Santiago's helmet comes off again.
That's not safe. That is not safe. So we are climbing down at the 13. Everett's going to let this run out. So, at the end of the first half of exciting football, Orlando, Everett comes down, Route 24, they come into Marciano Yellen Stadium, they run out to a 21-7 lead, Brockton stiffens up, gets a punt return by Luke Turco, they'll get the ball in the second half, as the Boxers, they're down 21-14.
Yeah, Everett, I'm pretty sure they're happy to be up, but giving up that touchdown just before the half, I'm pretty sure Coach Flores is not happy with that, given it was on special teams. And Brockton does get the ball to start the third quarter, so could get interested.
Biggest possession of the season. So again, Leo Giannatasio, along with the legend Orlando Galveo, we'll see you again when the second half kickoff.
Driving Infinity and you're missing your keys, come see us. We also have the results of the 50-50 raffle. Grab your red tickets. Last 3 digits is 3, 6, 4. 3, 6, 4. If you have the 50-50 ticket winner, come on up to the press box.
That was no at the end.
20, I think it's 21 and 6. Those are the 2 players who we don't want to beat. We just allow 21 to beat us. Yes.
You gotta watch out for number 6 too. Yes.
No. 21 and 6. We already know about that. We ain't thinking about nobody else. But the thing is, 21 wasn't supposed to get the ball. That ball was supposed to get to 21 to 6. It just became a game again.
Gotta run the ball first.
I bet Brockton's gonna try that.
Listen, I expect them to play better than a better second half than the first half.
I think they can play
The Brockton High School Marching Band is proud to present their 2024 show, Fuego. This show is to tribute the rich musical traditions of a variety of Latin cultures. As always, the VHS Marching Band is honored to perform for you and to represent the City of Champions. Now please welcome, under the field direction of drum majors Glenn Overstreet, Elijah Roman, and Damian Sempat, the Brockton High School Marching Band. high marching band is under the direction of Andrew Santuccio, Kristen Fuller, and Debbie Chen. Assistant Director Susan Godwin May. Percussion instructors Daniel Owls and Michael Montega. Color guard instructors Jennifer McKenzie and Christina Cracknell. Major Ed instructor Judy Noon. And halftime dance team instructors Jessica Bishop and Ryan Cheatham.
Welcome back here. Saturday afternoon, Brockton, Marciano.
Once again, we have
Brockton High School football 2024-25. The Boxers take on the Everett Crimson Tide. Leo Genitaccio, along with the Brockton legend Orlando Galveo. Brockton Community Access, Mike the Postman Simmons, Curtis Reese, Patrick Quinn in the production. The Boxers, Orlando, after a, first half dominated by Everett, were able to get a late punt return by Luke Turco to make it 21-14.
Big, and hopefully that energizes Brockton, but big score by Luke Turco just before the half, and Brockton does get the ball to stop the second half, and let's call it how it is, man. This might be the most important second half of the season.
So Brockton, if they come away with a victory today, will put themselves in prime position to make the playoffs. A loss virtually out of it, Orlando?
A loss, yeah, I would say, you're at 19 right now, right?
Back-to-back seasons, Brockton not making the playoffs out of 16 teams is simply inexcusable. It's not the 1980s, 90s, or even the early 2000s, but Brockton still produces quality football players. They got kids playing on Saturdays. They had them playing on Sundays. They need to make the playoffs.
It would hurt, especially when a lot of people you talk to in the city saying, we have a lot of coaches from the stands, Leo, right, that says if I was coaching that team, right, they would be 4-1, maybe 5-0.
So like we talked about that, a lot of blame put on Coach Wiggins last year. Coach Wiggins ain't doing anything different last year than what's happening this year. A lot of games where Brockton's been in position to win games. They have more seniors this year. They haven't been able to get it done late in games, but they have a chance to turn it around.
Yeah, second half here can certainly turn around. And obviously, you're still going to be what your record says, but this win can come a very long way for Brockton if they can get it done here.
Everett in the first quarter got some touchdowns from Johnny Berrios on a sweeper. They also had an inside handoff to Manny DePina. Brockton with a touchdown run by Christian Flaherty were able to make it 14-7. Everett was able to utilize a long drive, aided by some penalties. A Joao Rodriguez pass in the back of the end zone to Ariel Ortiz made it 21-7. Everett got the ball back after a failed punt by the Boxers. Brockton was able to stop them with some penalties from Everett. Everett punted the ball deep to Luke Turco with about 1:30 left, and Luke headed up the left sideline, basically untouched for a touchdown. So we stand at 21-14 Everett as the Boxers will receive the ball in the second half.
Yeah, make no mistake, though, there's been two players, one each for each team, that have contributed to their team scores today. From the Brockton side, no other. Luke Turco. He might have not got that first touchdown, but he basically drove him all the way down, and then Christian Fowley was able to finish it off, and then he gets the punt return. On the other side, Ariel Ortiz, catching one-handed catches, catching touchdowns. He's been the guy for that side. So those two guys have stuck out, and if I was a defensive coordinator, for Everett, I'd be focused on Luke Turco, and if I was a defensive coordinator for Brockton, I would keep my eyes on Ariel Ortiz.
So again, we come in here, Brockton at 1-4, Everett at 2-3, the two winningest programs in New England, both in the top 20 in the country, both with 11 Division I Super Bowls. Again, Everett claims over 20 state championships dating back to the late 1890s. Brockton, their first state championship, I believe, was in the late 30s. They go back and forth, talk about who the best program is. If you're from Everett, you'll say Everett. Long-time Brockton people will say there's been no one better than Brockton over the years. But either way, they're the two top dogs in New England football over the past 100 years.
Historically, this is it right here, Everett, Brockton. They have put this, as far as football, they've put Massachusetts on the map clearly.
So the tie will kick off to the north side of the end zone. Jared Mighty is back there with Casey Rhodes and Luke Turco. Let's see what Everett does here. We'll see probably another squib kick. Let's see. And it is squib. Let's see if Brockton will get the good field position. Oh, they got down. They didn't get the ball. And, good play by Casey Rhodes because the Brockton back there went down too quick. The ball bounced off his legs, and Brockton was fortunate to cover that ball And they'll start out with decent field position at the 31 as a big break already for the Boxers.
And Jared Mighty comes up limping on that play too as well. And Everett, script quick, that almost worked. Oof.
So Mighty remains in the game. Let's see Mauricio Semedo, the sophomore quarterback. I think they're going to have to make some plays through the air, Orlando, this half to win the game. Everett not afraid to play players both ways.
Everett looks like they're pinching a little bit, putting more guys in the box here.
So the Boxers come out at the line of scrimmage in the pistol. Luke Turco's the lone back. And the ball's going to go to Luke. He has room to the outside. He busts it. He makes a nice shift. He gets upfield. As Luke makes another person miss.
Wow. Everett's been unable to stop Luke all day. And that time, Luke might have picked up like 25, maybe 20 yards there.
You see him using his body to perfection. He froze the Everett defender as Brockton's going to move fast. The Boxers with the long first down run, and the ball's going to be snapped, and just silly penalty from the center, Henry Morse. He just snapped it, and thank God for Brockton, Mauricio Semedo had his hand up. So Brockton will take Henry Morse out. They'll switch centers as the 5-yard penalty is just.
I believe that was number 74. I don't think that was Henry Morse.
No, that was Henry Morse. They took him out of the game. The
I'd like to
center's
see
out.
that replay. I thought it was 74.
No, 74. Now Devin DeVega will come in at center as the ill-advised penalty will set
got to look
Brockton
at that
back
again.
5
I
yards.
thought it was 74 that hiked that ball.
So Semedo is back. Brockton is 2nd and 15. They have 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Luke Turco's the back. Everett remains in that 43 front. The snap down, the ball. The ball's got the Mighty in space, and that is well defended by Everett.
Yeah, great defense.
Oh, he pitches. Yeah, you can't pitch it forward, though.
No, I don't think he pitched it. I think the ball just came popping out.
Well, the refs
I got to see it again.
The
But
refs think he pitched it because.
Again, Brockton would, if that was a pitch, again, 2 straight penalties
Bad
pushing
penalty,
you back.
bad
Just
penalties.
unacceptable. Just go down.
So if the play was backwards, the play was there to be made. We're seeing it
Let's
right
see this
here.
play again.
Everett sniffed it out. Yeah, he pitched it. Yeah, he threw it forward. Yeah, I just can't do that. So that's going to be another, I think it's going to be 5 yards, maybe 10. The league will play forward 5 yards. Will get Brockton to a 2nd and 20.
You lose it down on that?
As the ball goes.
Just a bad penalty take by Jared Mighty. And you lose a yard, and now Brockton is going the other way after the great run by Luke Turco. You're going the other way.
So the Boxers face a 2nd and 20, obviously a throwing situation. They have quad receivers, doubles to both ways. Luke Turco's the back. Semedo's back. He's back. He's going to throw the ball. He's over the middle. Oh, another good throw. The ball's a little bit behind. Good defense by number 7 from Everett. He was close to the play right there, and he might have gotten in the way of Hodge, but that was
behind.
Carlos Rodriguez. Would have been a tough catch. The ball did hit him a little bit in his hands behind. But Brockton's in a 3rd and 20 as they look to try to continue this drive, or they're going to have to give the ball right back to Everett. So the Boxers, let's see what Coach Barrows has up his sleeve right here. Now, I don't plan a lot of 3rd and longs, 3rd and 20s in your playbook. Semedo's back. Throws the ball to Turco. Turco's a little bit of room, and that's just a broken play. That gains several yards, but Brockton's going to punt, and hopefully they can pin Everett deep in their own territory if you're a Boxer fan.
Again, a drive that had so much promise off the Luke run. Luke's getting up very, very slowly, limping, and now you got to punt because of penalties.
So the play design didn't look like guys were on the same page right from the snap. Brockton's going to have to give the ball back as they move backwards after the first down. Jared Mighty will be into punt. Luke takes a seat, and hopefully he's okay. He's one of the one of the tougher kids that's going to play high school football.
And if you're on the Everett side,
good stop.
A good stop. That's exactly what you wanted because Brockton had a little momentum there. Yeah, you go downfield and tie it up. It's a different story. Now they get the ball back.
Just not enough fluidity in the Brockton offense. So the punt's going to be a swung. It's going to squib. It's going to get down. Everett misplays it, so Brockton will be able to get Everett deep in their own territory as the squib kick will go all the way down to the 8-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know what Barrios was thinking there, trying to get it off the bounce, but
That's a tough
smart.
play.
He just at the last second he said, "No way," but that would have been dangerous.
So the people, the coaches, the players overlooking at Luke, but the trainer not over there, which is always a good sign for the boxes. Everett will take over, first down and 10 at their own 9-yard line. We're at the 9-minute mark of the second quarter, 9:37 exactly.
Yeah, but the key thing is Luke is not out there on defense, so it's severe enough for him not to be out there.
So we'll see number 20 play safety for the boxes, and that is Robin Moyes, the junior. Joao Rodriguez have double backs next to him with 2 receivers. The ball's going to be a handoff inside.
what a
Nice
tackle.
tackle.
That's Ahmad Wiggins. Ugh.
Ahmad Wiggins.
And I've been saying all day, when it comes to Santiago, you got to go for the legs. And that time, that's exactly what he did, and he lost a couple of yards. Do not try to tackle him up,
So the loss of 2 at the Everett 6 will force the Tide into a second and long situation. Johnny Barrios goes off the field. Joao Rodriguez looking over to his coach.
Yeah, and I'm looking at Luke Turk on the sideline. Looked like he got his helmet back on, and he's ready to come back in the game.
So let's see what the Boxers defensively can do with Everett the last time they got off the field. Looks like Karen's Antoine is lined up.
Everett taking forever to call play here.
Actually, that's Devon McNeil. So the play, the fake is going to fit. That's a nice play call. On the side, the Brockton sniffs it out well.
Yeah.
My God.
What a play.
Lucky we didn't get a face mask.
We do have a penalty there, and I believe it might be a holding on Everett.
So the play gained about 4 yards. Let's see what the penalty, what happens. Looks around the area where holdings are usually called. The refs will gather, and we're going to get the call. If the play does not end in a penalty, it looks like Everett will have about a 3rd and 7. So Brockton will get.
Brockton's going to bring. It's going to be a holding. Brockton's probably going to bring him back.
So that will move them back half the distance to the goal. The only gain's about 4 yards. So the third will be 2nd and 13. Maybe decline that, Orlando. You only gain 2 yards, maybe force the 3rd and 7 or 8.
The way Everett's converting here on 3rd and 7, man, I would push him back.
So the 2nd and 12, you only gained 2 yards there defensively, and you gave Everett 2 extra downs. So instead of the 3rd and long, Everett will go 2nd and 12.
It's difficult to run a play at that end of the field, I think, than where you're at. So push him back.
Joao Rodriguez and Manny Santiago. He's back. He's got time. He looks. Bad angle by the boxes right there. He looks, and Brockton will get him out of bounds. So good defense by the boxes, maintaining gap control, not going for the shifts. So they will force a 3rd and long as the secondary has done their job. Yep. You see a lot of emotion out there from 42 Xavier Colombo, the junior linebacker, as he had nowhere to go with the ball.
Yeah, you got Ariel Ortiz to the far left for the Crimson Tide. Keep an eye on that. Been hurting Brockton the whole game, and
he'll line up with John Breville, the junior corner. So we're at 3rd and 13 as the Boxers desperately want to get off the field to get a chance back to tie the game.
I would send pressure here.
Joao Rodriguez has 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Manny Santiago, and there's some confusion from Everett. Luke Turco was
called timeout.
Yeah. So we'll get a timeout from the Tide at the 8:14 mark of the third quarter. Brockton trailing 21-14.
Yeah, they just stopped you at midfield. Brockton wants to return the favor. You want Everett to punt exactly where they're at with 2 dangerous returners in Luke Turkle and Jared Mighty that could give you excellent field position.
So we've asked Coach Shelby to get that defense to stiffen. They've done exactly that. So kudos to Coach John Shelby.
Yes.
The Brockton defense has done a much better job these last 2 possessions.
He's done a good job adjusting.
During the games he has, yes. Just, he can't go out there and make the plays for the players. He can't tell them to stay on sides or not push someone from behind. At the end of the day, the players play and the coaches coach. And John Shelby, I said all along, I thought he was the best player in the state his senior year, along with Dominique Williams, on a great 9-1 Brockton football team. He knows football. He played Division I football. He knows how to talk to the kids. He works at the high school. The kids respect him. But at the end of the day, he's not playing.
Yeah, you take away that first half, Everett, Brockton defense hasn't been the problem this year. Against Franklin, I believe they got some
Second half, they got
special
tired.
team touchdowns. So defensively, they've been solid. Shelby's done a great job defensively.
Their issue,
a
Orlando,
lot of sophomores out there playing
yeah,
for him too.
Their issue is they've given up a lot of third down and second down and longs that just kill. They're back-breaking plays.
Correct.
So 3rd and 13 for the Tide. They're pinched in at their own 6-yard line. Let's see if Brockton brings pressure.
Here. Nope.
He's back. He's looking. He's got room. The ball, he's wide open. Yeah, that can't happen. Oh, boy. That's too bad. The box has had him 3rd and long, and he's beat again.
This is becoming like a little like you got it on third down situations. They're just going to one guy.
So if you're not going to put pressure, you might as well double those outside.
That's why I'm surprised they didn't bring the pressure. That's a big play right there.
That's huge.
That's a huge play in this game right there. And Everett called a timeout. You had a timeout to think about it.
So first down after the long pass play for the Tide. They have it at their 35-yard line.
Unreal.
Just too many 3rd and 2nd long conversions. The ball's going to go to Manny Santiago. Looks like you have a hold there. It's not going to be called, but the tug of the jersey won't help Everett either way, as they'll gain maybe a yard. And Everett in their favorite position today, 2nd and long and 3rd and long. They've made a lot of plays in this scenario.
Yeah, you're seeing why Ariel Ortiz is a premier receiver here in Massachusetts, man. Kid's a stud. He's making plays out there, and he's literally carrying Everett on his shoulders.
Should they double him?
It wouldn't hurt. It looks like Jeremiah's out there stepping up on him.
So 2nd and 9 for the Tide at their own 33-yard line. Joao Rodriguez, the ball's going to go.
What a move.
Shift. Good move, but
he took a pop.
Took
but
a big
what a
hit.
move. And again, his helmet comes off.
That just doesn't look safe. Doesn't look safe.
That is continuing to happen. Now they're going to stop the play. I mean, you got to get a helmet that fits.
So we're at 3rd and long again for the Tide. As they try to run the ball, Brockton stiffened up on the defensive line and the linebackers. But they need a play in the secondary here. Let's see what Everett does.
Everett's been good in third downs this entire game. So, and again, we're looking to see where Ariel Ortiz, there he is. He's lined up there in his slot.
We're right at the 6-minute mark.
To the right.
Of the 3rd quarter. Yep. Boxers down by 7. 3rd and about 7 for the Tide. Joao Rodriguez is back. Not a lot of pressure. He's wide open again. Wide open again. So Brockton has really had no answer in 2nd and 3rd and long all day as Everett moves the chains again. So the Tide will move the ball into Brockton territory at the Brockton 49 as Brockton makes some changes defensively.
It's quite clear.
7 yards off the ball, Orlando. They're just running to a spot and catching it. So Brockton's going to jump off sides there. Look like. Or is it going to be?
Jackson.
Might call it on. Yeah, it's going to be 5 yards on the center. It looked like he moved the ball a little bit. So Brockton will be fortunate to move Everett back 5 yards. But Everett's in the scenario they like to be in. First and
right where they want to be. 1st and long, 2nd and long, 3rd and long. Hey, it's nothing.
The Brockton corners and safeties remain several yards off the ball. Not getting those receivers off their routes. If you're not going to put pressure on them, it's simply a pitch and catch. There's the throw. And good pressure by the boxes last time, but he was open.
Yeah, he was open. That ball just didn't get to him.
So 2nd and long now for the Tide. We're at 6:12 of the 3rd quarter as the Tide lead the boxes 21-14.
The play to Ortiz is becoming automatic as it gets.
Like to see him double.
You got to put the clamps on that.
Like to see them up at the line of scrimmage, get him off his route,
yep.
Mess up their timing a little bit.
That might be easier said than done.
But again, several yards off the ball. 2nd and 15 for the Tide. Joao Rodriguez is back. He's looking right at him.
Again, a bad throw.
Just a bad throw, but again, wide open. Bad throw will lead the Tide to 3rd and 15.
Again, 3rd and 15. Gentlemen, you know where they're going to.
They're not even looking at any other place right now.
Right. They've gone him 3 straight times, and I'm pretty sure they're going to him actually 4 straight times. The last 2 were bad throws, or else that's first down, and they're still moving.
So Everett's had 3rd and long several times today, and other than the 3rd and 36, they've made all of them. They've only punted once. So 3rd and 15. Back. The Brockton's putting some pressure on. They're looking outside. They put the pressure. They throw the ball, and that's out of bounds. So good defense, good pressure. Coach Shelby sends them out. Wiggins.
You got to send the pressure. You got to send the pressure on 3rd down. We've said that, and that time they did. Different story when you get them out the pocket.
So Armand Wiggins on the delayed blitz causes the errant pass. The Boxers get 3 straight stops, 1st, 2nd, 3rd down. They'll send back Jared Mighty.
Yeah, they got 3 straight stops. They got them stops, but let's credit Everett with a little bit.
Yeah.
Underthrown balls and things like that. But hey, a stop is a stop.
So back is Mighty. He's by himself. Last time Turco was back there, he returned it for a touchdown. So let's see what the Tide and the Boxers will come up within a 1-score game. Almost an offsides on. And it's a kick that goes sideways. The ball goes out of bounds, and that Brockton is going to get terrific field position in a 1-score game.
Probably at the 39-yard line of Brockton.
So we're at 5 minutes, 54 seconds. Rocky Marciano Stadium, Armand Colombo Field. Leo Genatasio along with the Brockton legend, Orlando Galveo. The 2024-25 Brockton Boxer football team. They're down 21-14 to the Everett Crimson Tide.
Yeah, enough of these penalties. Let's go here. Let's tie this ball game up. You got the opportunity. You just made a stop. And enough of these silly penalties.
Everett plays a lot of guys both ways. They may have show some signs of fatigue. 1st down. The ball's going to go.
That's going to be a penalty on Brockton.
They just weren't in. They weren't.
Or maybe on Everett. Too many guys on the field.
Let's see what the call is.
Wow.
They called, they're counting the players. They have 13 guys out there.
Not 11, but 13. Wow.
So Everett, with the too many men in the field, will give Brockton 5 easy yards. So Boxers are 1st and 5 at their 45. Luke Turco's the back in the pistol. Christian Flaherty at H-back. Javon Wooten and Jaden Los Ribeiro are the receivers. Brockton gets the ball. Turco has room. Turco up the middle. Turco has space. And that's going to be a 1st down.
That's right. Running right to them. Been unable to stop Luke today. Line up, run it right to them.
So the 1st down run will give the Boxers the ball in Everett territory at the Everett. Looks like their 43-yard line as the Boxers. Luke has the ball. There's a little bit of room. Closed up. Moves the legs. And he gains 2 extra yards just moving the legs.
That's a 5 or 6 yard gain right there.
So you're right, Orlando. That's a 6-yard run by Turco. He's been running that way since Brockton Junior Boxer Raider football since he was a kid.
We see Everett up defensively, huffing and puffing now.
Let's see if Brockton continues to go right at him. 2nd down and 4. Semedo looking at Coach Barrows. Luke Turco remains a sole back. Christian Flaherty is there. The snap. Turco gets the ball. There's room. He jumps inside, outside, back in.
That's a 1st down.
And that's a good tackle from Everett.
Maybe short.
Short by 2 yards. Good tackle by the Crimson Tide, number 7.
Again, Luke gets up very slowly.
Carlos Rodriguez. That one took him out at the leg. So Casey Rhodes will come in as the Boxers face a 3rd and 2.
Tough player, Luke Turco there.
We climb under 5 minutes. The Boxers look to get the tying score here. It's been a fabulous football game. There's the ball. The ball's going to go to Casey. He gets the ball up the middle, and it looks like he no.
He's short.
Yeah, he's short. Looked like he had a little space there. Everett closed it up quick, and that's Carlos Rodriguez again, the senior linebacker. I apologize, the junior. Let's see if Brockton goes to the no huddle and the quarterback sneak. And they do.
Yep,
and Semedo moves his legs, and I hope that's close.
Yeah, that's going to be a 1st down.
Nice play designed by Coach Barrows to have them move quick to the line of scrimmage. Are they gonna? They may take a look at this one. No,
Just
first
enough for
down.
the first down.
So the Boxers with a first down at the Everett 32. Let's see if Coach Barrows wants to throw the ball. They have skill and speed at the wide receiver position.
Again, Luke Turco taking a breather.
Semito gets the team set. Everett remains in that 43 set. They have 3 linebackers right near the line of scrimmage. The snap, the fake, he are going to throw the ball. The ball's over the middle. Oh, he catches it, and that's going to be a touchdown!
There you go! Nice post pattern by Mighty. Great connection from the sophomore, Semito. Brockton, 1 point away from tying this bad boy up.
And we talked about being creative in offense. Nice play design by Coach Barrow. The fake handoff, and Semito with that strong arm. A perfect throw on the in cut from Jared Mighty.
Absolute
you see it right
dive.
here.
Yep.
And he will go into the end zone as Brockton is an extra point away from tying this football game. They haven't thrown the ball a lot, but when they have this season, Semito's been accurate. The pick is down. The kick is, it's good. So, at the 3-minute, 21-second mark of the second half, the Boxers have erased a 14-point deficit.
Certainly have. And again, big stop at midfield there. And they're able to get the ball back and convert Semito to Mighty on a nice post pattern, and Brockton has tied it up.
So, Orlando, we're going to come down to the crunch time. It looks like a one-score game in the fourth quarter. Can Brockton finally get over that one-score hump and get a victory?
Well, I said at the beginning of the game, this is a game that's probably going to come down to the fourth quarter, and it looks like it's going to. So decision-making has to be better, and so far, it's been a good called game, right?
So the Tide were 20 yards away from taking a 3-score lead. Coach Silva had his team ready to play from that point on.
Yep.
Brockton has tied up the game. Let's see if they can get a stop here.
Everett now gets the ball back. Let's see how can they respond to this?
The kick is, it's going to be a squibber down, man. It's going to be tough. The ball's going to take a bounce. Let's see if they play it. They do.
Oh.
He kicks it. Brockton's going to be.
Oh.
So it's going to be a touchback. That's a new rule.
Yeah, even though he touched it.
He kicks the ball back into the end zone. So the old days, he would have to play that out of the end zone. But fortunately for the Tide, they get the touchback.
Very interesting, though, that he decided to take it out. I guess once it crossed the line, you can't take it out. It looked like he wanted to take it out anyway.
So the Boxers,
which would have been a bad mistake.
The Boxers will come out defensively here in a 21-21 game. They've gotten 2 straight stops. Luke Turco remains out of the game at safety.
Yeah, and we see Ahmad Wiggins talking to his players now. A different energy level now for Brockton.
Different team when he's out in the football field at linebacker. So,
again, Luke is out the game. The trainers are working on Luke.
Joao Rodriguez will remain in the pistol. Manny Santiago is the lone back. Let's see how aggressive Everett gets. There's the pistol. The ball's going to be a handoff. There's a little bit of room. He bounces it up inside, and he keeps those legs moving.
It's a good run.
For 5 yards. It looked like they had him stopped at the line of scrimmage. And it's a nice run by Manny Santiago. He gains probably 5.
For the helmet raffle.
So Everett at 2nd and 5
Boxer helmet.
on the 5-yard gain as we're at the 3-minute mark of the third quarter in a 21-21 football game.
It looks like the trainer's working on Luke's ankle. He might have something going on, maybe a sprain.
On one of those runs, he took a helmet to the ankle when he tried to make a last cut. So Joao Rodriguez remains with Manny Santiago. They got 2 receivers to the right. The ball's going to be a fake.
Fumble.
They fumble the ball.
Everett recovers, though.
Is that not an incomplete pass?
It looks like he tucked it in, though, so that was a fumble. Yes, indeed.
So the Boxers will get Everett to a 3rd and 8. Another 3rd and long situation with the ball, actually 3rd and 9. The 3-yard loss will force a long conversion for the Tide.
Looks like Luke is back up. They taped him up, so ready to go again. Still not in the game defensively.
So the Tide in a huge Third down here, 3rd and 8. The Brockstons seem to have the momentum. Carlos Rodriguez is locked up over here with Jaden Los Ribeiro. The cushion seems a little... Yeah, the Brockton's going to call a timeout. Is it Brockton timeout?
It's going to be Everett. Everett, a little confusion there, and Brockton, no doubt about it, is bringing that pressure. So
the Boxers, after being down by 14, Orlando, have turned this football game around.
Yes, indeed, and playing better. Obviously, Everett did what they wanted to, their first 3 possessions, but since then, Brockton has settled down, and they're making the stops now.
Me and you talked about this earlier in the season with the young coaching staff. You just want to see the kids play disciplined with a lot of emotion. At times they have. At times they haven't. But I will say, today, Coach Silver has got them ready to play after that deficit. They could have packed it in, but they haven't.
This is what you want to see. This is what sometimes, it takes a little bit more, right? And like you said, Leo, they could have packed it in down 21-7, but no. And we've seen this a couple times. Brockton down 17-0 against Lincoln Sudbury. Rushing out the gate in the second half, and in a game, I felt like they should have pulled it out at the end.
Right.
So
the tie comes to the line of scrimmage. We see number 80 in the game. They're going to go quads, give Brockton a different look. Manny Santiago's the lone block. It's 3rd and 7.
A little post there.
Let's see what the Boxers have defensively. Let's see if they bring some pressure. Joao Rodriguez in the pistol. He's back. He has time. He looks. He breaks it down. He gets to the outside.
Oh, that's a penalty.
There's not going to be a penalty called. He gets to the outside, and Brockton will get the stop.
Wow, he just pushed the guy right in the back, and 53 is just looking at the refs like, wow.
So the Boxer defense, once again, stiffens when they need to, Orlando. So Everett's looking at a 4th down and 8. Jared Mighty will go back.
Yeah, fool me once, fool me twice, 3 times, 4 times to Ariel Ortiz. But now Brockton is not falling for that no more.
You said it here, Orlando.
Yep.
Get Joao Rodriguez out of the pocket, get him moving, make the plays more difficult.
Yep.
So back to kick 4. The Tide will be number 13, a new kicker, Donald Michael. The snap is good. The kick it's a good one. Let's see what Mighty does. The ball, they hit each other. What are they doing? That's just very
Brockton's
fortunate.
going to get that.
Very fortunate. Very, very fortunate.
I don't know what Jared was thinking there. At least call a fair catch.
Well,
very, very dangerous. 20.
In that scenario, you just want the ball in midfield.
Right.
You don't have to make a
huge
huge play.
It's a fair catch.
So the Boxers will take over in midfield, 1:32 of the second half. 21-21. Brockton with the chance to take the lead for the first time
And the
today.
sensational Luke Turco back in the game.
Let's see what the Boxers have here. Mauricio Samito will remain in the pistol. Christian Flaherty will remain the H-back.
You could throw an Everett.
There's a snap. Luke gets the ball. There's not a lot of room. Nothing there. So, I think they all knew that was coming right there. So Everett stiffens where they need to right there. They had everyone at the line of scrimmage. Now's the time to beat them over the top of the ball, especially in the middle of the field.
I thought Brockton was going to do a little play action there.
So the loss of 2 yards will make it 2nd and 12 at their own 48-yard line.
Luke, again, stretching out there. Doesn't seem comfortable for some reason.
Let's see what Coach Barrows has here. Samito remains in the pistol. 2 receivers and an H-back and a tight end. Samito's back. He's back. He throws the ball. He's wide open, and he gets the first down. Beautiful pitch and catch. And a timing route to Jaden Los Ribeiro.
Can't abandon the pass. You can pass the ball. And I feel you can pass on this team as well. So.
He's got a good arm.
Yep.
He gets that ball out quick. So the Boxers with a first down at the Everett 37. Samito remains in the pistol. Boxers remain in the same formation. Christian Flaherty remains the H-back. Jaden Los Ribeiro clapping the hands. He wants to go fast. The ball's going to go to Turco. There's not a lot of room. He busted inside.
Oh,
he has room. He moves the legs.
What a move. What a burst of speed. Tackler thought he had him. Luke said, no way. What a nice juke into the red zone.
So the first down for the Boxers at the Everett 15. Brockton continues to move fast. We're under 30 seconds of the third quarter. I don't know if they're going to run another play. I don't think they have to.
They don't.
So, Coach Barrows talking to his quarterback. Brockton staring over at the clock. We're heading under 9 seconds of the third quarter. As we're going to head into the fourth quarter, 21-21 game, they completely turned it around.
Yeah, and like the other close games Brockton has had, in position to take the lead in the fourth quarter, and you want to see them do just that. Because you looked at the score and it was 21-7, Everett had the ball. We was looking at possibly this could be a blowout. But Brockton has turned the tables around. Boy, oh boy.
So, Leo Genatasio along with Orlando Galveo at the end of 3 quarters. The Everett Crimson Tide 21, the Brockton Boxers 21.
Yes.
Back here at Rocky Marciano Stadium, Armand Colombo Field, Leo Genatasio along with Orlando Galveo, the postman Mike Simmons, Patrick Quinn, Curtis Reese on the production, Brockton Community Access. Catch us on the Brockton channels. We're at the beginning of the fourth quarter of this Division I matchup between the Boxers of Brockton and the Crimson Tide of Everett. Orlando 21-21 at the end of 3.
God, make no mistake. It's got to be 28-21 after this possession. Brockton has to score.
So the Boxers, after being down by a touchdown, tie it up, get a stop, get the ball back, and move the ball into the Everett red zone. They're first down at around the Everett 15. There's the snap. The ball is going to be going to Turco. He's got room to the outside. He bounces it out. And that's going to be a great open field tackle by number 8.
Superb tackle.
Yariel Ortiz.
And obviously, Luke is not moving full speed there, by the way. Keep an eye on that. But great tackle.
So the gain of about 4.5 will give the Boxers right around the 11-yard line. Second down.
Yeah, we might see the same play going the other way.
Let's see what the Boxers have. Their offensive line is starting to push Everett down a little bit. The Boxers remain in the pistol. The snap, the ball's going to go to Luke up the middle. He runs up the middle. He runs up the middle.
What a stiff arm at the end. He's going to get a penalty, though. He's going to get a penalty called on him. So we have to, I don't know about that. I mean, referees are a little quick with the penalty there on Luke for unsportsmanlike, but I hope this doesn't cost Brockton a touchdown.
I think it's after the play.
Yep.
Which will give him 15 yards on the kick. Will give Everett good field position.
Wow, very quick with it. Very quick with that. So this is an intense game. Keep the flags.
Well, the play before, Ortiz is celebrating over Turco.
Come on.
Let's see, I don't know if the touchdown.
Brockton players, I mean, that is just in a game like this, to call a penalty because the guys,
yes.
I don't know about that call. I mean, especially when the other team's doing the same thing. All right?
Just put the flags away in the fourth quarter.
That's a good game.
Both teams are playing hard. There's been a little bit of talking here and there. You don't throw a flag right there. So the touchdown will be good.
Very quick with the flag. Very quick. And when I tell you, if you look at that replay, how quick he threw that flag out, here it is right here.
So we see there, Samito, ball gets to Turco. The blocking's terrific up front. Turco busted inside. Where's the play?
What a terrible call.
What was the call?
What a terrible call. I mean, all right. So I was told they were both warned at halftime about it. So we do have a referee up here saying that they were warned about that. So you can't do that.
Okay.
All right.
So the extra point. Let's see if the Brockton's go up by 7.
Still don't like the call.
The snap is down. The kick is good. So the Boxers will go up by 7 here at the beginning of the fourth quarter.
Yeah, Brockton takes their first lead of the game. 21 unanswered points.
So the Boxers keep their playoff hopes alive as of right now. Got to go back out in the field. They'll be kicking at their own 25-yard
well,
line.
let's not go too far here. There's
They win.
There's
If they
11-17 left. Everett has shown ability to get
move the
down
ball.
the field as well. They got one dangerous player. So this game, I'll tell you right now, is far from over.
I meant to preface that by saying if the game ended right now, they'd be in the playoffs. We all know Brockton.
Well, the game can't end right now.
Past 10 years, close games have not been something they've really won a ton of. For as much as Brockton dominated football for many, many years, the past decade, close football games have not been friendly to the Boxers.
Injured in all, Luke Turco. Unbelievable player for the Brockton Boxers.
Well over 125 yards today, 2 touchdowns. As the Boxers will now kick from their own 25-yard line, Everett will get the ball back with superb field condition.
Man, Luke Turco and Ariel Ortiz, man. You talk about 2 great players. Woo.
Really a good football game. This is a rivalry, Orlando. Even though they don't play yearly, they should have. This has to continue.
And now, obviously, Brockton's kicking from their 25. So this is big.
Here's the kick, and it's a good one. It's a good one. It's a really good one.
It's going to take a
bounce.
bounce.
The ball's going to bounce. So let's see if the Boxers get down there. He heads up, and Ortiz heads to the outside. Let's see the angles that the Boxers take. Ortiz with a really good kickoff return. He got out probably 10, 15 extra yards from actually bad angles from the Boxers and a flag down. Let's see if Brockton gets penalized 15 extra yards for the hit out of bounds.
That's going to be a hit in the back. It looks like that's going to be a hit in the back.
So the referees, let's see what the call is.
Oh, it's going to be on
50. Just, you take the lead and you have 2 bad penalties right in a row. That's just not what you want to do in close football. When you're 1-4, it's just stuff you can't do.
I mean, the referees are suddenly just coming out with these flags all of a sudden. That flag right there at the end zone.
You see it right here.
I mean, I don't care how you've been warned, but that was so quick to call.
You got to stay in your angles there. You can't take him. Let's see the hit.
Wow.
What did it look like the coach tackled him? Okay. So maybe he misplayed the red black shirt from the coach.
The call was, I guess he got tripped. I don't know.
So Everett with the additional 15 yards will have the ball at the Brockton 39 as penalties have now hurt the Boxers.
I mean, if you're an Everett fan, you say the last 2 penalties are penalties. But if you're just a football fan, the last 2 penalties have been ridiculous. You know?
So Joao Rodriguez remain in the pistol. Manny Santiago's next to him. The Boxers are pinched in here. Everett's going to get the ball. Rodriguez has the ball. He takes it. There's room, there's space. And it's stopped right away.
Maypeen.
No, that's Ahmad Wiggins.
And Ahmad Wiggins. Yep.
So the loss of 2. Everett will go 2nd down and long. Let's see what Everett has here. They've had trouble moving the ball the last 3 series.
Good field position here.
Everett looks over. Joao Rodriguez talking to his coach. They're going to go 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Uriel Ortiz, he's dangerous. Manny Santiago, 2nd down and long. They do. They give him the ball. He gets outside. Good cut inside. And that's a good run.
It's a great run.
The Brockton DM pinched in a little bit, and they're going to gain 8. So a 3rd down and 4.
Santiago, very shifty runner, man. Never goes backwards. That's a good gain right there. You just got to keep his helmet on.
So the gain of 7 will give Everett 3rd down and 5 at the Brockton 34.5-yard line. We're under 10 minutes of the 4th quarter. The Boxers ahead by 7.
Probably 4-down territory here for Everett.
No question about it.
Yep.
So the Boxers looking to stiffen here. He's back. He's going to look. He's going to look. He's going to throw. He takes off. And Brockton's going to get him.
Now what you going to do?
Jalen Jackson, the senior. So the Tide will now face 4th down and 8 at their own 36-yard line.
The offense looked like this, staying on the field. Flores looking, and he's saying stay out there.
Oh, the biggest play of the game for the Tide. We see in the replay right here. Jalen Jackson, the senior, just coming off 2 blocks and taking Joao Rodriguez down.
I'm surprised they're going for it here, but 4th and about 7.
Yariel Ortiz will be their guy. Let's see who's on him. It looks like it's Xavier Cologne in the slot. Maybe they double him. 4th down and 8 for the Tide. The Boxers defensively looking to get a stop and get the ball back. He's down. He's back. He's back. He throws the ball over the middle. And it's dropped!
Right in his hands. What a throw by Rodriguez. Put it right in his stomach. Should have caught it. And hasn't done that all day. But the guy for Brockton was right there as well.
Jared Mighty on the coverage. The Boxers will take over at their 35-yard line, up by 7, with the drive to go up 2 scores.
Yeah, that was a great pass, though. He put it right where the receiver should have caught it, as you see here.
It would have been a good catch, but it was.
Good catch.
He's made those catches today. So let's see what the Boxers do here. We're going to get Casey Rhodes in with Marcio Semedo. Luke Turco getting a rest. You'd like to see Brockton take some time off the clock and move the ball.
Want to see Luke out there, but Casey's more than capable of doing the job.
There's a snap. The ball's going to go to Casey. He moves up the middle and it gains 3-4 yards. Nice job. As another Everett helmet comes off.
Wow.
So Brockton's gained 3 yards there as Luke will come back on. A nice job by Casey Rhodes hitting that hole. So let's see what the Boxers do. They're 2nd and 7 at their own 38-yard line. We're on right around the 8-minute mark. The Boxers are up by 7.
Good Brockton. You want to look at Lopes to the right here.
They're having trouble.
Like
He's been
that's
open.
A mismatch.
He's been
right
open.
There.
So Semedo with Luke Turco. Christian Flaherty's in his H-back. The ball's going to go to Luke. Luke gets to the outside. There's not a lot. He busted up inside. He busted up outside. He's down the sidelines. He has room. He's going to go down to the 3-yard line.
Spectacular. And we're going to have that call back, unfortunately. Probably a hold. Unbelievable. It's going to be a hold on Brockton.
So, unfortunately, an absolutely incredible run by the Boxers as we look at it right here. And
that is a terrible call. I mean, this the stuff that's going on, we have replay, and that is not a hold. You can look at the replay. We have it up. I don't know what the referees are looking at.
It right here, but they will. Brockton will get.
And Brockton is irate. The coaches are irate about it.
So Brockton's had 3 real difficult calls going against them.
What a bad call, though, Leo.
In the last quarter. So the Boxers will lose 10 yards and a 60-yard run down to the 3, which would have given them. We're going to look at it again right here, Orlando.
It was not a hold. I don't have to look at it again.
I don't know. I don't see it, but the ref saw it, and there's nothing you can do about it now. The Boxers will be at 2nd and 14.
Well, the referees are taking over right now.
Well, he got paid to be here today.
Yep.
He wants to see himself on TV.
Probably got paid by the wrong team, though.
So, 2nd and long for the Boxers. Luke's going to get it. Luke has the ball. There's not a lot of room there, and they're going to stiffen that right up. So, Everett forces the 3rd and long after the penalty. As we're under 8 minutes left, as Everett looks to get the ball back down by 7.
I mean, a kid runs a great run, and you take that away over a foolish call. It has no room in this game for that. I'm sorry.
Unfortunately, when you're not disciplined most of the season, you don't get a ton of calls.
That's true, too.
If they've been playing disciplined football, they may get the call. But they just haven't been. So either way, the calls go against them. You still got to play football and go out and make plays.
You just can't go out there and make calls, though. Make up calls.
No, they're tough. So 3 calls have not gone Brockton's way in the 4th quarter. They still lead by 7. Let's see what they have here. We're climbing under 7 minutes.
You just factored into a great game between 2 teams.
Semedo remains in the shotgun. 3rd and 14. They will throw. They will throw. He has the ball. He throws it over the middle. There is no one there, and should have been intercepted.
Dropped.
Should have been an interception, so Brockton will punt.
Yeah, Rodriguez was thinking about running before he caught it, and couldn't corral it.
So the Boxers unfortunately had a long run taken away with a chance to go up by 2 scores. We'll punt the ball back with under 7 left. We'll get Everett a chance to come down and tie or take the lead.
Brockton coaches ain't too excited. I don't blame them. I mean, as you saw in the replay, it wasn't a hold. I don't know what the referee saw there, but.
So Jared Mighty will be back. Everett will get the ball with good field position. The Brockton special teams has been pretty solid today. Need a good snap and a good punt here.
You got people on social media just at that call saying, what a terrible call.
And the punt's going to be a line drive. It's going to go, and they're going to let it bounce. And they're going to let it bounce, and he picks it up. And he will, they missed the tackle, but they get him back.
That's just foolishness. Rodriguez living on the edge with that, and luckily he didn't fumble the ball, but he lost about 10 yards.
So Jared Mighty with the side punt. Rodriguez picked it up, tried to make a play, loses yards, and Everett will lose field position. At 6:34, they'll have a drive to try to tie the game, starting at their own 16-yard line.
Yeah, you give him A for effort, but almost a dangerous play by Rodriguez, who's been good today.
Again, Leo Genitaccio along with Orlando Galveo, Mike the Postman Simmons, Curtis Reese, Patrick Quinn on the production. We're here at Rocky Marciano Stadium, Armand Colombo Field. A game between the winningest programs in New England, top 20 in the country. Hopefully a rivalry that continues here on out if the games are played like today.
You got a lot of players in the NFL who represent Everett High School. Say it likely, Mikey Sammerstill. Oh.
So the ball's going to be a handoff, and Brockton will like to see him close it up a little faster than that, with a gain of 4 for the Tide, and they will have a 2nd down and 5, maybe 4.5.
You got a couple Everett players in the practice squads in the NFL, so they're well represented in the NFL.
Let's be honest, the last 25 years,
they've
been the best football program.
Yep.
We've won a couple championships in there, 3 since the start of their reign. They've won 11. Ain't no question who the better program is the last 25 years.
When Everett shows up against them Catholic schools, boy, they worried, because Everett had their number throughout the years.
So the Tide, it's 2nd and 7. Joao Rodriguez, they motion. They're going to get the ball out in space. He tries to cut up. They're going to try. It's going to be should be picked off, and it is!
Everett tries the chicory. Should have never thrown that ball. Basically just lobbed it, and I hope Lopes is okay. He made a spectacular interception. Basically just lobbed it into no man's land, and an easy interception.
Trying to be creative right there.
Yeah.
Johnny, he just threw it up for grabs. Johnny Barrios and Jaden Los Rivera showing that athleticism.
Yep. And he's still down. Let's hope Lopes is okay.
So the Boxers will take over at the Everett 36. They're up by 7 with a chance to put this game away, Orlando.
Right. The main concern right now is Lopes down on the field.
Hopefully he just had the wind knocked out of him. We're going to look
okay.
at it again. Johnny Barrios comes back. Looked like he wanted to run. Second decision. Throws the ball
What
up
an
and
interception. Look at that.
yeah, he just came down on
Yep.
his tushy. That one's gonna sting for a few days.
You got to give him a big hand when he comes off the field. What an interception! And get right back there on offense, buddy.
He made an impact today, Jaden Losabero, defensively, offensively.
Yep.
Really been a factor out in the football field.
Yep. Coach said we need you in the game to come in defensively. He came in and done a great job, and he getting right back up. Let's give him a hand. Yes, sir.
So Losabero goes off the field. The Boxers once again.
Man, I wish I had that kind of hair. Look at that hair.
You did have that type of hair. You went bald. It's called getting old.
I didn't go bald yet.
It's called getting old, Orlando. You're getting old.
Not bald yet.
You're still handsome. So here we go. The Boxers will take over.
Now you're telling lies.
My Pinocchio nose. Here we go. Samita will take over. The Boxers have the ball at the Everett 36. In desperate need to gain a couple first downs. Samito with Luke Turco. There's the snap. The ball's going to go to Luke. He jumps up the middle. He jumps. He moves his legs. He keeps moving them. He stays on his feet.
Look at this.
Gains an extra 4 yards.
He never heard a whistle, and he played till the whistle. Wow. Sensational.
He's what a college is getting that kid. And what a football. Talk about old school. His father's from Walpole, but that's an old school Brockton football player
What
right
a run.
there.
And Everett player down, so we're going to stop play here.
So Luke Turco, well over 150 yards today. Will gain the first down as the Boxers.
And look at the Boxers.
A lot of emotion.
Lot of emotion here.
There's number 7 from Everett. Carlos Rodriguez, an excellent two-way football player. Hopefully it's just a cramp.
Yep.
Been really impressed with how well
got
Everett
up
is coached.
Ran right out the field. Good job.
So the Boxers with a first down at the Everett 31-yard line. We're at 5:26 of the second half, fourth quarter of a 28-21 Brockton lead, a game they were down by 14 points.
Right, and if you're Everett, you got to knuckle down here. You do not want Brockton to score this touchdown with 5:26 left in the game.
They win this game, it changes the whole season for the Boxers. So let's see what Coach Barros wants to do. Luke Turco, the workhorse, is in there. The H-back, Christian Flaherty, the senior with the old school Nebraska cutoff shirt for the fullback with the belly hanging down.
He's just a football player, that Flaherty boy.
So we remain in the pistol. Luke Turco remains next to him. The ball's going to go to Luke. There's room. There's space. He moves his legs, and that's stopped really fast by the Tide.
Yeah, Everett sensing urgency here, and got to make a stop.
The Boxers do a field goal.
There.
They do have a field goal kicker.
They do.
They can make this a two-score game. So Luke comes out. We're going to see Casey Rhodes go in. We're looking at a 2nd down and 9 as we're down under 5 minutes. The Boxers desperately want to keep moving the sticks. Semino remains in the pistol. Let's see if Coach Barros wants to throw the ball.
Everett playing press coverage here.
Ramel, looks like Wooten and Jared Mighty. The ball's going to go to Casey Rhodes. He gets the outside. He bounces it up. He cuts it back in.
Good cut, but Everett closed that out right away.
So Boxers try to get cute to the outside with Casey Rhodes. And we're looking at 3rd down and 10 for the Boxers. We're under 4 minutes now. From here it would be 42 yards. He came up just short against Andover. Luke Turco goes back in the game. Is it 4-down territory,
That's
Orlando?
4-down territory.
Give the ball to Luke twice.
I wouldn't go for the field goal.
We said in both games on 4th downs we lost. We should have given it to him twice. Let's see what Coach Barros does.
High school field goals are not automatic. So let's get this 1st down.
The ball's going to go. Luke gets it. Luke gets up the middle. Luke bounces inside, outside, moves the legs, and he's going to gain 8.
Yep, it's going to set up a very short yard situation. This is probably going to be the game. It's going to be probably 4th and about
a yard and a half. You can kick this field goal, though. He'll hit. He's good from this distance.
Go for that 1st down.
So the 1st down will bring it under 3 minutes if the Boxers get it. It's 4th down and 1. Everett is losing linemen from cramping and fatigue. Let's see what the Boxers do.
Huffing and puffing.
The Boxers are going to need a push. We're under 3 minutes, and now we're going to get a timeout. Nice job by Coach Barros, giving him a different look, running him up to the line of scrimmage and bringing him back.
Yeah, Coach Barros has done an outstanding job.
He's had his best second half of the season.
He's done an outstanding job here in the second half. Make no mistake.
And while we're critical up here, he's a first-year offensive coordinator. Not easy with a sophomore quarterback. He's learning. He admits it. They've shown some creativity.
I mean, you don't know how hard this guy works, Leo.
He wants to win.
On Sunday nights, he's watching films and things like that. He's a very hard worker, and he takes making mistakes. He takes that personally. He takes that to the heart. And like you said, man, this is first year. I mean,
after that first game,
experience.
When he threw the ball in a need-a-win situation, took full accountability for it. Didn't blame anyone else. Said it was on him. Apologized to the kids. In a situation right here where a 1st down may put the game out of reach for the Tide.
Yeah, head coach Silva knows what his guy's capable of him. That's why he's still out there calling the plays for Brockton.
So the Boxers come up at 4th down and about 1 at the Everett 16. They're in the eye. Last week they struggled in this situation. Let's see if they give the ball to, I think they give it to Flaherty. It's going to be a sneak, and it's going to be, I don't know
Helmet comes out again for Everett, but that's going to be a 1st down on Brockton. But it looked like Brockton might have got away with one there. Let's see this play again. It looked like that ball was snapped a little. The lineman moved.
First down, Boxers. So at the 2-minute 47-second mark, Brockton
Let's see this play again
with a
here.
1st down. Yeah, he wasn't ready for the snap.
He wasn't ready for the snap, but nothing illegal.
Kept his legs moving.
Yep.
So the Boxers get a 1st down at
now,
2 minutes 47 seconds.
Time is becoming a factor here for Everett.
That massive offensive line looking to move guys around. They're going to go into the eye. Christian Flaherty and Luke Turco.
Everett only has 1 timeout remaining.
They're not comfortable under the eye, Orlando. It's not something he's done all season.
Brockton.
The clock is
using the
moving.
clock.
Simido showing some veteran presence out there in this situation. Under 10 seconds, they may call a timeout. The ball's going to go to Turco. He jumps up the middle. He moves those legs
Good run.
for 4 yards as we climb close to the 2-minute mark of the fourth quarter.
Let's see if Everett uses a timeout. They do have one remaining.
3 timeouts now, only not 5 anymore, right, Orlando?
But I believe they only have one left.
So you see the replay right there. Simido brought that clock down. Luke Turco kept the legs moving, gained 4 yards as he's got the ball to the Everett 11. We're climbing under 1 minute and 50 seconds left as the Boxers look to gain that second crucial victory to get back in the playoffs. Simido again underset, and Christian Flaherty the H-back. Luke Turco, they're going to pitch it outside. He jumps up the middle. He jumps to the outside. He gains the ball. He runs down
What a run.
to about the 6-yard line. Risky little toss there, but it gained yardage.
And if that's the first down, let's see, Luke, Everett does have a timeout left, but if that's a first down, you might be looking at victory formation here for the Brockton Boxers.
What a play call from Coach Barros right there. They thought the ball was coming off tackle. He turned her out, the little toss to Luke to the left, and Turco does what he does best. Gets into space, moves the legs, and moves the sticks.
Yeah, this might be one of the best comebacks for Brockton
In many years.
In many years here.
I don't care what Everett's record is. They're like us of 25 years ago. You beat Brockton, you beat Everett, it's a quality win.
Yes, sir.
Again, 22 Super Bowls, 40 state champions out in the football field right now. You're talking about 2 nationally known programs.
Everett once a national champion as well.
1914, I believe, right?
Something like that.
And Brockton in 1948, was it?
I don't believe Brockton ever won the national championship. Everett actually
I will say this.
captured it.
Brockton in 1988 was number 1 in the country, but in 1989, when they lost to Walpole, when Anthony Colombo was not there for the Super Bowl, would have won the national championship because the 2 teams in front of them lost.
Man, that Everett football team of 1914, I don't think they even let up a score.
600.0 against.
Unbelievable.
The best football team in probably
Ever.
So the Boxers do have a first down. Let's see if they take a knee. Don't think they need to run a play, Orlando, do they?
They don't.
And they do run the ball. Turco gets up the middle. Turco bounces it inside. It's a touchdown. Didn't need to run a play.
Well, Everett does have a timeout left.
And the point differential, right, Orlando?
And then let's make sure the it is one. That's what it says on our board, but the referees probably know the exact timeouts. But
in the playoff system, if you win by 14, do you gain extra points?
Oh, that's correct.
So that's why Coach Silva wanted, Coach Barros wanted the touchdown.
Correct. Forgot about
So the
that.
Boxers look like they're going to go ahead with the victory today. Their best win of the past few years.
Well, I guess this extra point becomes crucial. 14 points, right?
This is huge. You gain extra points in the new point system. So the Boxers looking to go ahead by 2 scores in a game they completely turned around in the second quarter. The snap and the kick it's good.
Wow, 28 unanswered points by the Brockton Boxers, and looks like they're going to come out of here, unless we have some kind of miracle happen. It looks like they're going to come out of here with
see
a
the
big
run here.
victory.
Christian Flaherty flattens with Devin DeVega, the senior guard, and Luke got into the end zone virtually untouched.
Luke Turco clearly the star of the game, and this is probably one of the greatest performances by a boxer in a while.
I can't think of a better victory of the past. I don't care whatever. Again, I don't care what their record is. The best victory they've had in a few years. Can they manage, continue to play good football, get themselves into the playoffs?
Well, you have New Bedford and Durfee coming up. Your division opponents, no knock on them, but those are games that you need to win the division.
By 14 points or more.
Yep.
So here we go. The Boxers want to get a stop here. They do not want to give up points late in this game. They're up by 14. 28 unanswered points here at Rocky Marciano Stadium, Armand Colombo Field. The kicker who's been terrific today,
Sophomore.
Rayer Pereira. He has been really, really good.
And that's not. And they might have another kicker that's pretty good too. Brockton has 2 here.
The kick is down, and it's a square, but it's going to go down the middle, and let's see what Everett does. They field it. It looks like he's going to go head up the middle. Not a lot of room there. Stopped by the Boxers. So the Tide come out on the field with 50 seconds left and 1 timeout.
I'm pretty sure Everett knows the situation as well, down 14. So I don't think they're going to.
Let's see if the Boxers
Take
come
a
out
knee.
in the prevent. Usually the prevent, it usually means prevent you from winning.
Yep.
Let's see if the Boxers play some players back, make Everett utilize the underneath stuff to get down the field.
Whatever they said to them in the halftime, boy, it's working.
Let's hand it to Coach Silva, Coach Barrows, Coach Shelby,
Yep. For those that are
Coach Kyrell.
critical about them,
Coach Hines, Coach Basson, Coach Velez,
Where you
Coach
at now?
Jamal Lee, all Brockton High guys, all Brockton guys that are giving back, coaching in their alma mater. They care as much as anyone. So
Great
the
job,
Tide in the pistol. Joie works, looks, he's going to run. There's not a lot of room there as he will move around, jump around, and he loses about 4 yards going backwards. Had a first down as the clock keeps on moving. We're going under 40 seconds. Everett, no, they're not moving fast at all. I think they've come to the conclusion this one's over. As this, we might have 1 or 2 plays left in this game, and they will. They just hand it off. And a nice
what a
tackle, and we got Ahmad Wiggins again. We have Ahmad Wiggins again.
we
Under
missed
20
him for,
seconds.
Missed him for 3 games, and he's made his presence felt here in this game.
So, we're under 9 seconds as we will get the last play of this football game. Joie's back. He'll take a shot. He's looking. He's going to take off and run. And this will be the final play.
What a tackle.
And a nice tackle by number 52, Ty Baker. So, at the end of 4 quarters at Rocky Marciano Stadium.
And look how they love their coach. Look at this. His first victory here at Rocky Marciano Stadium. That's what that was for. And look at that.
They love
That's
him.
good to
They
see
love
that. They
him.
love their coach.
So Brockton
Wow.
comes out of here after being down 21-7. They come back with 28 unanswered points, 14 in the second half, and they'll come out of here with a 35-21 victory. Final thoughts, Orlando?
What a beautiful comeback. A lot of people saw it 21-7. I'm pretty sure they didn't think this was going to happen. But what a turnaround. Brockton gets a key victory, and hopefully we can continue this going to next week.
So the Boxers will remain, hopefully, now in the top 16 of the playoffs. They'll move to 2-4. Everett will go to 2-4. Is Leo Genatasio along with Orlando Galveo. Let's not forget the production, Mike the Postman Simmons, Curtis Reese, Patrick Quinn, saying goodbye until next week.
Good day, everybody.